is what it is. It's inauguration. We have the opportunity to compete for something, so why not? You have the best competitors of the world fighting for something, so let's fight.
And by the way, I tweeted out. I want to pat myself on the back a bit.
I know. Pat yourself on the back. I know exactly what you're going to say.
I said in like mid-November, I think LeBron wants to win this thing because just in case the in-season tournament really becomes part of NBA history,
he won the first one.
He wants to be remembered as the guy who won the first one.
Yeah.
And why not?
Sure. Why not? Bergman, you were there last night. What was I didn't go to the game. What was the environment like at the tournament game?
It was a great environment. It was very it was exciting. People were getting into it. It was a great environment.
Laura, you were there last night.
I was.
And what did you think of the game?
It was honestly amazing. The people around me had a great time. They were like, first game ever at a Laker game, and they're like, that's
their first one.
That was their first game. It was like a whole family. They were so into it.
That is so cool. And by the way, we'll talk about LeBron, but Kevin Durant is just a sniper. He rises so fast and releases the ball and it's in.
It cannot be overstated how good of defense Jared Vanderbilt was playing.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes he forced him into turnovers or giving up the ball or just ridiculously hard shots, and sometimes it did not make a lick of difference.
They turned the ball over a lot, by the way, Phoenix did.
Yeah. I mean, you get the right now the Lakers are basically as at full strength as they likely will be for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean, only Gabe Vincent's out. Right, everybody else is good.
I get the sense nobody even inside the building knows when he's going to be back, much less us. But assuming everyone stays healthy, this is the team. You can see right away just how much different it looks with all those wings available and all the different combinations Darvin can put out there.
Yep.
Defensively, the potential with this team is so high.
And Austin Reeves, we played the 3 that he hit. He had missed 2 before that and was still there to make that 3. I love that he missed 2 of them and said, you know what? I still am going to make a 3.
Did you see who was guarding him on that shot,
No,
too?
who was it?
KD.
KD!
And he crossed them over, stepped back, hit the 3, just all in rhythm. It was
the
great.
sound that Reeves made after hitting that 3, like that scream,
yes,
it was like an exorcism or something. Like the noise coming out of Reeves in that moment.
Did he say "I'm him"? Was that part
no?
of it?
I think this was.
I think he kind of growled.
Yeah, it was like, it was a Mason and Ireland growl.
Yeah, honestly, he was more amped after that shot, I think, than I'm him.
I'm him. Well, and then
we need the growl. Do we have the growl good? I need to find a good growl.
Then
Not
I mean,
mine.
you can't say enough things about LeBron James. You just can't. I mean, he took that game over in the fourth quarter, led them to the win. I think he had 15 points in the fourth quarter. Does that sound right?
Something like that. I'll look up the exact fourth quarter.
Yeah, he scored 15 of his 31 in the fourth quarter. That is just nuts. He scored 15 of the final 19 Lakers points.
Again, he wants to win this thing.
Right.
Like he wants to win games because there's practical implications. The Lakers now have the tiebreaker in terms of any seeding or whatever with Phoenix. Like that is clinched in early December.
Yep.
That's important. These wins all matter. But I think he really wants to win this tournament.
Yeah.
And also, I think that, if I'm right, maybe Andy saw it differently, but after the Phoenix took that lead, they took a 1-point lead, he got everybody together and like grouped them all up. He's like, hey, relax. We got to calm down, win this thing. Like he was a leader in the moment when you really needed him to be. And they all just fell behind him and did it. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great game. And LeBron is just a joke. That's just ridiculous what he's doing.
It's it's funny too. You mentioned KD being a sniper. You sort of forget because of all the focus on what LeBron's doing. KD's 35.
Yeah, he's 35 exactly.
KD has been in the league a long time, man.
And of course, they did screw up that call at the end. The ball was loose, and LeBron called the timeout, and they got the timeout, and it probably saved them a Phoenix. Well, it did save them a Phoenix possession.
Oh,
right?
absolutely, it did.
And it did go their way, and Frank Vogel was very upset afterwards. I mean, was it not reviewable?
I don't think it is reviewable.
Isn't loose ball reviewable?
I don't think that was reviewable. Like, I don't know 100%. I'm just saying I don't think it was.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was a bad call. Oh, Morales just busted in. I don't know what's going on.
He probably knows whether or not it's reviewable.
Oh, he knows whether that's reviewable or not reviewable.
He's the head of the NBA referees.
Yes, exactly. Morales, what? What?
You know what's reviewable?
What?
Well, you're a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm a bad guy.
No, I'm going to get
Correct.
into it in a second. Is the YouTube up? I know we were running a few minutes late.
Are we?
Are we up
It
now?
is now up. Thank you, Parker. The
So we
YouTube
were only
is
4
now-
minutes late.
Yeah, 4
Okay,
minutes
that's
late.
not bad.
No, I mean, it's not like we're in a major
So what
market.
are you coming at me for?
You're a bad guy.
I'm a bad guy in what
You know,
way?
Corporate Greg and I always think that it's Ireland that starts all this behind the scenes. But, you know, you, me, and Cappy were in the other room.
Yeah.
Just talking like the old jock lounge
Right.
back in the old days
Sure.
at radio stations,
Yeah.
right? We're just talking, having fun.
Yeah.
Cappy brings up, hey, did you guys know, I know, Chris, you mentioned on Monday, that Sliwa's got a live post-game show. And I was
Yes.
like, yeah, it's pretty hilarious, whatever. I don't know, we have to talk to him about that. Like, in a fun way.
Right.
Then you come in here and just hit him between the eyes with it. What kind of teammate are you?
What do you mean hit him between the eyes? I didn't hit him between the eyes. I was actually promoting his postgame
No, you
show.
weren't.
I was. I was saying, Slee, you're doing a major...
You asked him, you know where I'm going with this, and you could hear that he wasn't really comfortable in the moment. And you just went on with it for your own amusement. You know, we used to call Cappy...
imagine.
We used to call Cappy the king
Yeah.
of the Decepticons.
Yes.
At this moment, on what should be a glorious day,
It
while
is
we
a
celebrate
glorious day.
Lakers basketball,
Vegas, baby.
on a Reaction Wednesday,
Yes.
thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra.
Yes.
2.6 carbs, 95 calories.
Nice.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Like you enjoy being a Decepticon.
I don't know the Decepticon.
You're a
bit.
Decepticon.
I don't know what it is. Nobody told me that it was top secret.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Why would-
It's on the single most trafficked
You're still the
social
same
media
guy.
site
You
in
haven't
America.
you haven't grown as a teammate.
I
You're
have
still
grown.
the same.
I have
You're
grown.
still the same guy
Yeah.
that during the pandemic hit the Sliwa After Dark music nonstop and tortured that poor man.
Well, I think in the end, don't you think that was a formative period for Slee? In fairness,
to Mace.
Sliwa.
Is
at
this the music
sunset.
that he uses for the Alan Sliwa Hoops
the
podcast?
Hoops podcast? Yeah. No, I love that.
You're a
music.
bad guy.
Okay, I'll accept that.
The king of the
By the way,
Decepticons.
at this station, that's the most offensive thing that has been
It's
said
not
lately.
offensive. It's just it wasn't being great.
Who? I won't throw it. I won't say that.
By the way, Travis is still here. Do you want him to go over the contest execution with you real quick?
You know, your contest execution is complicated. I've been doing this a long time. I've never.
No, you're
run
telling
into
me. I know you've been
as-
doing this a long time.
As complicated a contest execution
We do it every
as
year.
you've ever had.
Every year.
Yeah. Slee, love him.
I don't feel you were out of pocket.
I
at
don't
all.
either. I don't either. I didn't talk about any of the other stuff. The other stuff would have been really bad. You heard the other stuff.
Oh, the
my
other
God.
stuff.
The other stuff we were talking about?
Like,
Did I
don't
already
tell,
leave the room.
Oh,
Man, I
don't
missed the
tell
good
Dave
stuff.
Roberts any of that
no,
stuff.
Dave Roberts, loose lips.
Ooh,
Well, Dave Roberts is ridiculous.
Okay, so let's do some Otani coming up next. And I got an idea. I'm thinking about something that maybe you guys can all chip in on. So we'll do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Andy is for John. 710 ESPN. Oh, let me tell you about Hyundai. So I love my new Hyundai. I'm driving the Elantra Hybrid. And I am just fascinated by how many miles a gallon I can get. I am getting 45.7 miles per gallon. I keep track of it. I look at it all the time. Hybrid has totally changed my perspective on driving. And I did it with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, and they are absolutely the best. And right now, they've got the Ioniq 6, which I got to drive for a week. Oh, my God. Beautiful, beautiful ride. If you're looking to have your first EV, electric vehicle, the Ioniq 6 you cannot go wrong with. And right now you find the best deals on the Hyundai you've always wanted. You can check out the Santa Fe, the Kona, the Sonata, the Ioniq 6, the Elantra. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. For confidence now and miles down the road, do like I did. Get in, get away with a great deal. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
When amazing happens at the epicenter of championships in Los Angeles.
The 12 days weekdays of 7:10. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
It's an Ottawa Cap. Mason at Ireland continues now.
Is this Glass Animals? No.
The Weekend, correct?
Oh, that's not The Weekend. Who is it, Brian?
This is not
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles, yes.
Similar sounding.
Similar. Yeah, I was in the ballpark. So, we got 12 days of 710 coming up, so keep on listening for your chance to win. Also, Fifth Row Fridays is going on. We got a pair of tickets for Lakers Miami in the fifth row if you can answer 5 questions about this week's shows. There will be one question from each show. A lot of people keep notes for this, and we will do it on Friday. By the way, inside the Mason and Ireland Mafia, they're always exchanging ideas about what the question could be. So
are they right for this week?
Somebody nailed it.
Someone nailed it?
Somebody
Really?
nailed one. Yeah. Somebody nailed
Monday
one
or
question.
Tuesday?
I can't say.
They're sharp.
I don't want to tip it off.
They put a whole bunch of stuff in there. They don't know which one it is.
They're trying. It's one of them. One of them got it. So, by the way, we were talking about smoking. Jim Leland just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. When I think smoking, I think Jim Leland. I think he honestly, his bust should have a little cigarette sticking
I'm
out
not
of his
joking. When I saw the breaking news about Leland, that was literally the first thing that popped in my head.
First thing for me, too.
Even before anything involving Leland in baseball.
Yeah.
I just think of him smoking.
When he managed games, he would duck into the tunnel to smoke in the middle of games and then come back out. Leland was, and by the way, Leland is from Perrysburg, Ohio, which is right across the street from where I grew up. Good guy. All right. So, Shohei Otani, Buster only said this. His free agency is joyless. And I could not agree more. It is, and I want him on the Dodgers and all that stuff, but it is ridiculous the way this is being handled, whether it's him or his agent. It's to the point where I got this story. Buster, when he accepted the MVP award this year for the American League, he was with his dog, okay? So that raised a simple question, what's the name of the dog? And calls were made to ascertain that small detail. Like, what's Otani's dog's name? The response through channels was this: Otani's camp not prepared to release the dog's name. Are you kidding me?
Okay, contrast this to a recent athlete in LA, either, I guess, re-signing, not signing.
Yep.
But when Rui Hachimura re-signed with the Lakers,
Yeah.
he brought his Labradoodle to the facility.
Yeah.
I know that Rui's dog is named Jake.
There you go.
Rui's Labradoodle is named Jake. You know why? Because Rui is comfortable with us knowing that.
Correct. By the way, I know Shohei Otani's childhood dog's name. That has come out.
But we still don't know this dog. We don't know this dog's name.
But his childhood dog is Ace. We don't know the name of this
Ace
current
the
dog.
second.
That this is why he's keeping this so under wraps. Like, he knows this info can get out. You knew about Ace.
Name of the
But
dog?
see,
I
my whole
found out
thing
about
with
the
that
childhood dog.
What if the dog's name is Koufax?
Oh, you're saying that would tip it off.
That would tip it off. That means I'm going to the Dodgers. Or what if the dog's name is named somebody? It's
Lasorda. My dog,
Lasorda. Okay, or somebody. It's Bonds. It's something like Bonds for San Francisco. Oh, he's going to San Francisco. It could be anything like that.
Yeah. Not buying it.
I'm buying it.
So the whole
and selling it.
The whole Dave Roberts loose lips thing is really interesting.
God, he's such a dummy.
Bill, it is a dumb thing to do.
Like, seriously, Andy, like, you're laughing, but it's stupid.
It
was stupid.
Andrew Freeman, this is according to a friend, Bill Plunkett. Andrew Freeman says he was surprised when Dave Roberts revealed the Dodgers had met with Otani. The two had a, quote, good conversation later in the day. I'll leave it at that. So Andrew Freeman gave Dave Roberts a talking to.
I guarantee that conversation did not feel good to Dave Roberts.
No. It's like, what the hell are you doing, Dave?
It was probably a very one-sided conversation where Dave Roberts said little to nothing.
So I want to pass along a couple of other notes about Otani because we're glued to this. And if it happens during the show, we're going to go crazy. It is Otani Watch. So John Morosi says Shohei Otani is expected to decide on his free agent destination before the end of the weekend. So it's coming fast.
Hopefully.
I hope it breaks on a weekday. I don't want it to break on a weekend.
No, that'd be boring.
Given how Otani treats everything, this feels like classic Friday news dump. When he would let this be revealed. Like, he wants to try to do it at a time when
nobody can talk
exactly,
about it.
Like, nobody can react to it. Nobody can get a hold of him. So I would plan, like, Cappy and Sedano should be ready.
Oh, absolutely.
Because this feels like a Friday news dump.
Oh, so you think Friday night?
Friday, maybe 6 o'clock,
Right, that's where you bury a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's when all the bad news comes out and you don't hear about it.
I don't know
Monday.
if Otani will even ever confirm this until spring training of whatever team he's on next season.
Correct.
Like, there won't be a press conference. There won't be anything.
Okay, so
is there still such thing as a Friday news dump for this? Like, for Otani news, is it a Friday news dump even if it comes on a Friday?
Well,
because it's not you're dumping and forgetting about it by Monday. We're going to talk about it for months.
But if Otani does the announcement like at 6 o'clock on Friday,
nobody's gonna be around to hear it.
There's nobody around.
Well, think about it. Tomorrow, for example, like, we don't have any local live programming.
We're gonna go local. If it happens Friday, we're gonna go local on Saturday. I haven't confirmed.
We're gonna go local on Saturday. Listen to
wow,
manager of audio operations.
Honestly, it's a good idea.
We're going live.
It's actually a good idea.
You know what you're
if
doing
he does it
right,
on Friday,
right now, you're taking it to Otani.
Yeah. By the way, I would.
Yeah. If he signs with the Dodgers, I will absolutely.
I would totally be here.
Yeah,
but I'm in Vegas.
You can connect on Comrex.
You want me to bring my Comrex to Vegas? That seems like a real pain in the ass. I don't
Do
like
you
checking
care
things.
about the station?
I do. I care about the
this
station,
whole
and I
thing.
care
You would
about-
not want your voice on all
I
the
would.
promos about
I would.
Shohei Otani.
I'll call
coming.
in.
Yeah, on your Comrex, you have to make it clean.
Yeah. No, I'm not bringing my Comrex to Vegas.
It's just one little box.
Yeah. Here's Steve Phillips, former general manager
Don't
of
care.
the New York Mets. I personally think the Blue Jays are the favorites to land him right now. I would give them a greater than 50% chance of landing him. Now, Toronto's in play. It feels like Toronto and the Dodgers are like the finalists for Otani. I would be, the Giants haven't said anything. That means they might be in on it.
They might be up to something.
Yeah, Farhan Zaidi may, He's not talking, so maybe the Giants are in on it too.
They're absolutely in on it. I think every team that he's been talking to is in on it. I think the Cubs are still in on it.
No, I think the Cubs have faded.
That's what faded. But then also, did you see Jed Hoyer, the owner, came out and was like, "That's absolute nonsense." He got really upset with Bob Nightingale for putting that out there.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
So I don't think they're actually
clarify
done.
what he said was nonsense.
But that the Cubs are out
on Otani,
or are softening, or whatever the way he put it,
fading that was,
away. Yeah.
Does that mean that he's sort of passive aggressively acknowledging that he had a meeting with Otani?
I think every team is passive.
Because that means he's out then. Because if Otani hears that they acknowledge that they met, he could be out.
Well, it came out that the Blue Jays had a meeting in Clearwater.
Yeah, the Blue Jays actually flew into their facility.
But nobody from the organization said anything, correct?
I think there was.
We tracked the plane. We tracked the tail numbers, and we know.
Because I'm just trying to figure out exactly what for Otani would be, okay, you've crossed the line. Like, did Dave Roberts cross the line?
Right.
Like, just by acknowledging that they spoke with Otani, is that a deal breaker for Otani?
I certainly hope not. That would be a disaster. I mean, here's the problem for Roberts. If they don't get him for any reason, it's going to be his fault. People are going to say it's because Dave Roberts talked about it that Otani went to Toronto or Chicago or San Francisco or somewhere else. So he's going to get the blame if they don't get Otani.
Especially because so many fans don't like Dave Roberts anyway, so it becomes confirmation bias.
So if this happens, and if it actually comes out it was Dave Roberts' fault, that's why he's not a Dodger, would you call for his firing? Absolutely?
Wait a minute. I said they needed a change at the end of the season.
Yeah, okay.
I was arguing Dave Roberts, they need a different voice, they need somebody else, change the culture, whatever, in order for them to have success in the playoffs. So this could be the straw.
But will it be for Andrew Freeman? Probably not. But either way, they should 100% get rid of him at that point. They should.
Ooh.
If it's his fault for talking, for being a dummy and just speaking his mind and when he knew he was not supposed to, you should be fired.
Those are pretty easy directions to follow.
Don't talk about it. Well, I don't want to lie. We had the meeting. It's ridiculous.
Okay, let me ask. There's one more tweet I wanted to read. And this one's from Carl Ravitch.
Ooh.
It came out about 90 minutes ago. And he said just this. It's happening, period. It's happening. Now, what else could that be?
Maybe he was constipated.
That's not Juan. That's not Juan Soto going to the Yankees. Apparently, Juan Soto is going to wind up with the Yankees.
That's
Padres
what it looks like.
Melting down at this point, borrowing money to make
Well, they're
their payroll.
supposed to get some pretty big prospects in that from the Yankees.
No, I'm sure they will. They will. But I mean, Juan Soto is like a legit superstar.
24 years old.
It's happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
It was an hour ago. He hasn't tweeted since.
Is there an eclipse that's coming around?
Something's happening.
Yeah,
could
we
happen
don't know
today.
if it's him. I mean, he's a baseball announcer,
Yes.
but it just says it's happening. Maybe his daughter's getting married.
No, it's definitely Otani. It can only be about Otani.
It could be anything. It just says it's
Carl
happening.
Ravitch.
He's not.
What was his
throwing
last
this out
tweet?
there.
What was his last tweet before that one?
Last tweet before it's happening. Let me track this down. Hold on.
Maybe he's just a tweeter that likes to talk about pistachios.
Yeah, no, he's not you. He is not you.
Carl Ravitch's previous tweet before it's happening, congratulating Jim Leland, I believe, for the Hall of Fame.
Maybe that's happening. He's getting into the Hall of Fame as he deserves.
Oh, it's like Jim Leland. It's happening. He's getting to the Hall of Fame.
Right, but that's
not what it means.
But that was on December 3rd.
This was today.
He was still excited 3 days later.
This was an hour ago. Something is happening.
Yeah.
Okay,
something.
So let me throw one more thing.
Aliens are invading.
Let me throw one more thing out there.
Right,
so
sorry, I'll stop talking.
Okay. So am I allowed to say the sandwich thing?
I mean, why not?
Okay.
You already started it.
Okay, so
I can't stop it anymore.
We love Ike sandwiches.
I'll just dump
they're
it.
really good guys.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They've been here. We got sandwiches from. They're based in San Francisco, and the owner, Ike, has offered Shohei Otani free sandwiches for life if he signs with the Giants. Now, I think some business out there, some restaurant, some food establishment, some recreational facility, whatever, somebody will offer Shohei Otani that for life.
Here's the problem, though, with that strategy, because it's a great strategy, and this happens all the time across sports, different cities.
Right.
What makes this so difficult is nobody has any idea what the hell Otani even likes. Like, what do you offer Otani?
Right.
Other than dog food, because we know he has a dog. Don't know the dog's name. But we know he has a dog.
Yeah,
doggy hotel.
Lifetime
doggy hotel.
Doggy hotel care.
When he goes on the road.
That's good. Hey, if you've got some 877-710 ESPN, if you've got a restaurant you want to offer Otani. Like, for example, we went to Craig's for chicken parm a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would Craig himself offer Shohei Otani free chicken parm for life?
Can we call him?
Can we call Cappy's got his number.
Ooh, let's get Cappy in here.
Yeah, get Cappy. He's roaming around here. Get him in here. Let's call Craig.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions, and maybe we're going to get free chicken parm for life for Shohei Otani.
Here's the thing. I have ideas. I'm worried about saying them out loud because I feel like I'm putting these people on the hook for it. Like, for example, your friend, your personal friend, Jacob Emrani. Would he offer Shohei Otani free legal services for life if Otani becomes a Dodger?
That's good.
Again, like I feel bad putting this on Jacob's plate.
No, that's really good.
'Cause now there's pressure for Jacob to offer this.
Correct.
I think he would.
I'm going to text Jacob. I think he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Free legal services, any accident or injury, free legal service.
Who's next? Sandwiches.
In and out.
In and out.
Trying to think of every sponsor.
Katsuya. What about sushi?
BB
Go.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So if you want to offer Shohei Otani something for life, 877-710 ESPN. By the way, I think you get some free pub out of it too. All right, going to spin the wheel questions. Coming up next, Andy is in for Ireland, 710 ESPN. Okay, so here's today's question.
To the moon, Alice.
It is this. If you were guaranteed a living wage doing something other than this, where would you live and what would you do?
A living wage.
In other words, you're making enough money to get by and you're successful at whatever. But you can move anywhere and you can have any job, but it can't be a broadcast job.
Andy?
You know what? I talked about this a few months ago. We went on a trip to Mexico that was really great. In particular, did some snorkeling, and I absolutely love to snorkel.
Right.
I was thinking about during this trip.
Professional snorkeler?
Leading those tours.
Oh.
Sounds like an awesome
that is.
life. As long as you were making enough where you could live comfortably, where I knew I could set up a future for my daughter, stuff like that. Those tours look so enjoyable to lead.
Yeah.
I'm serious,
They
man.
do. Like,
Yeah.
and
No,
always-
they're fun. Yeah.
And you look at the people who are leading them, and you're like, you just look.
They all look happy.
You
all
look
you
happy.
do is snorkel.
Right? I don't know if you make a lot of money or if not a lot of
But
money.
living wage.
But you look like you're happy.
I have never had one of these snorkel guides who did not look like they were genuinely having a great time.
Snorkelers are always happy. It's the oldest rule in the book.
Snorkelers, happy
snorkelers.
You'll never find an unhappy snorkeler.
No, never.
No.
So yeah, I would lead snorkel tours.
Okay, Laura, what about you? Oh, Laura's screening calls. Producer Brian.
My thing also thought of the ocean, but I would move down to San Diego again to Ocean Beach and be like a professional surfer.
A professional surfer.
Just every morning, just jump
Have
in
you
the
ever
waves.
surfed?
I have not, so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've never even tried it, so
be a beginner
Yeah.
surfer. All right, Cappy.
So I'm also oceanic in this conversation.
Yep.
I see myself down in the Florida Keys.
Nice.
With like a really nice big boat that's all prepped for fishing, for deep sea fishing. And I see myself walking around in a pair of shorts with no shirt on and flip-flops. And I don't care how fat I am and I don't care how fat I look.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me anymore because I'm living on my boat and I take people out deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
And I drink beer at 3
You
o'clock
sound like
in the
Jimmy
afternoon.
Buffett down there.
Yes, very Jimmy Buffett-y.
Mm-hmm.
Very Buffett.
We're on very similar paths,
Yeah.
Cappy. Yours seems a little more grand than mine.
So
like the deep sea fishing.
Mine is very similar.
Okay.
Because I think the job has got to be fun. So I'm going to move to Costa Rica.
Okay.
And I'm going to lead zip line tours.
Ooh.
So people, because I'll tell you, it was one of the great experiences of my life was zip lining through the jungle in Costa Rica. And to be the guy that lets people do that and teaches them to do that.
I've done that in Mexico. And again, the tour guides all seem to be
Very
having
happy.
incredible time.
Yeah.
When I come to your zip line in Costa Rica,
Yes.
get a deal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, I need.
Then you can say you have a guy.
Right, I got a guy. I got a zip line guy.
2 for 1. Bring
In
somebody with you.
I got a Costa Rica guy, and I got a zip line guy. In fact, I got one guy who's in Costa Rica and zip line.
Yeah.
One guy, 2 things.
All right, there you have it. There's Will. Okay, so Craig's. You know Craig from Craig's.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're like close friends, but we did speak this morning.
So we got this idea that we should come up with stuff for Shohei Otani. Like you can have this for life if you come to L.A. And my thought was, what about chicken parm from Craig's? That is the best chicken parm I've had in as long as I can remember. And I think Shohei is probably a big chicken parm guy.
You think so?
I do.
That was like my first question. Like,
Yeah.
do you think
Dave
that?
Roberts announced that yesterday.
Oh, really? Did he?
He loves chicken parm.
And did the general manager agree, disagree, or not comment?
They had
on
a
it?
talking to it.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Are
So-
you sure Otani likes chicken parm?
Yeah, I think so.
No. You said you're sure, but then you said you think so.
Yeah, I don't know for sure,
But you think so.
but I mean the
What-
idea is
but
let's.
We got to nail this.
What tells you that he's a chicken parm guy? World-class athlete, takes care of his body.
Who doesn't love chicken parm?
Watches everything.
Who
He
doesn't
does
love
fried, sautéed.
They've got that
cheese.
chicken. They pound it all out.
Right.
Yeah,
That's not healthy home run hitting type of grub.
So you don't want to call Craig?
Well, I did speak to Craig this morning. I swear to you, this is
No, you
I
didn't.
swear to
Did you really? Craig from
totally,
Craig's?
Totally by chance.
Yeah.
Totally by chance this morning. He sent me an email.
What do you say?
Hey, sorry I missed you. I'll see you next time. Because I was
How
telling
often are you going to Craig's now?
like Tuesday nights usually.
You go to Craig's on Tuesday
I mean,
nights?
that's a nice night to go.
Well, it is.
I'm waiting to run into Jennifer Aniston at the bar.
I'm sure. Good luck.
You know?
Do you know the one time that me, Ireland, Juan, and his wife Lisa went? Kate Beckinsale was there.
Oh, that's right.
John's girl. I mean, of all the nights to go to Craig's,
Yeah.
it was the one night where Kate Beckinsale was there.
She's
And
hot.
That's John.
She's hot.
I would do anything for Kate Beckinsale.
Right, but he didn't do it.
No, didn't walk. Because I
He
said,
turtled.
I'll give you $100 if you go over to Kate Beckinsale. And Lisa, John's wife, said, absolutely not.
$500.
You're not going to embarrass her.
$500.
Yeah, you would think.
No. Correct call by Lisa.
Yeah, correct call.
So you think that lifetime chicken parm?
Lifetime chicken parm for sure.
Okay, you know the menu at Craig's. Is there anything on there that you think would be
chicken parm is the best.
Is there anything that would be more befitting of an athlete?
No. Well, perhaps they do have. They got some really nice, and I don't have it committed to memory, but really nice steak dish that they bring out, all kind of sliced up. That very nice.
People are calling in offering lifetime stuff.
Like what?
Let's see. Let's go to Louie in Inglewood. Louie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So what do you got for Shohei?
Well, I was thinking about it, and I said I would give Shohei a lifetime of hugs.
Oh, a lifetime supply of hugs. That's very sweet.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
when times are rough, I'll give him a nice big hug.
Okay, very good.
Why don't we start with like all of our partners here at 710? For example, why don't we give Shohei Otani lifetime oil changes at Valvoline? You feel me on that?
That'd be great.
Right? Okay.
Lifetime legal services from Jacob and Roddy.
Right. Okay.
I already volunteered him for that.
Lifetime Sunday swagger.
Oh,
support.
that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything you want. Come to the shop.
Lifetime Pizza Hut.
That's good.
Let's go to Cecilia in Whittier. Hey, Cecilia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So what do you got for Shohei?
Okay, I know this for a fact.
Okay.
Shohei likes scratchers. So $30 California scratchers for life.
So let me just ask you. How do you know Otani likes scratchers?
Dave Roberts.
I don't
told him.
even know the name of. I don't even know the name of his dog. How did you know he likes scratchers?
I'm not at liberty to say, but I do know for a fact.
See, she knows.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, Cecilia, that's good.
Shohei will cancel her.
Okay,
if she tells the truth.
Thank you, Cecilia. Lifetime supply of lottery scratchers.
Let's start keeping track. We know that he has a dog.
Yes.
Unnamed, but a dog. And that he likes scratchers.
Right.
And we think he may like chicken parm.
Well, one of us does. All right, I got to go call Craig.
Okay, see ya. Let's go to, call Craig right now. See if he'll come on. Let's go to Manny in Porter Beach. Manny, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mason.
What's up?
What's up? So, I'm a veterinary practice manager. I would give his dog free services for the rest of its life. Surgeries, laser therapy, ultrasound, blood work, everything,
Okay,
man.
that's a big deal.
Now, are you a vet, Manny, or do you work at a vet facility?
So I'm the practice manager, but I'm also a veterinary technician. So, but mainly my primary role is the practice manager. So I run the business.
Ooh.
Okay, and what's the name of your? Are you allowed to say what the name of your business is?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. But you are promising Shohei lifetime veterinary services, which I think is huge.
No, that's a big deal.
That you spend a lot of money on that.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, if you don't have it, seriously consider dog or cat insurance, like veterinary insurance.
Yeah.
Because without it, that stuff can
I've
add
never had
up.
it. Does it really?
You
get it when they're like a puppy, right?
Yeah, you will sometimes get the runaround in terms of what defines pre-existing conditions.
Yep.
But if your dog or cat does qualify, you can save a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't. My dog is on so many medications now.
Probably.
She's 17. She's on.
It's a little late.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm not getting a pet insurance, but she is on Prozac.
Yeah.
Hydrocodone, the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets this little inhaler thing that she does every day because she's got COPD. I mean, this dog is pampered.
Well, I mean,
and taken care of like no other dog.
If somebody offered you free lifetime dog care,
Sign me up.
That would be pretty big.
Sign me up. All right, we'll do 2 o'clock call today. It's businesses that are offering Shohei Otani stuff. Plus, Sean McVay is going to join us at some point in the hunt. 6-6 after beating the Browns.
In the hunt.
And we'll do that coming up too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
When a
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've tuned into the right place. Mason and Ireland, Andy Kamenetsky, and for John. Day after we find out the Lakers going to Vegas for the big tournament tomorrow night, they will play the Narlands Pelicans with a chance to face the winner of Bucks versus Indiana. Also played tomorrow night. The championship game would be Saturday. So if you keep track, and the tournament has added a lot of steam to this whole thing.
I did not think for a second it would take off this quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hit. Yeah. I don't think there's any way around it. It's a hit.
Yeah. All right, so Shohei Otani is out there on the market, and we found out there's a sandwich shop in San Francisco that has offered Shohei lifetime sandwiches. So we're trying to counter that. And so far, we've got, let's see, lifetime scratchers, lottery scratchers, which is a good prize. Lifetime veterinary care.
Yeah, but the lottery scratchers, if he's going to be making like $600 million or whatever, does he need to really do?
Were you not listening? He loves scratchers.
He loves scratchers. Dave Roberts said it yesterday.
Of course.
It's one of the things they talked about.
Yeah. Lifetime legal services, Jacob Abrani. Let's try William in West Hollywood. Hey, William, good afternoon.
Woo, yeah, go Dodgers.
Yes, go Dodgers.
I think we should offer him King Tacos for life.
King's Tacos for life.
King Taco's good.
I think nothing is more Atlantic than tacos. And if he comes, I'll personally give him a free hand job.
Okay, that we won't say.
I got it. I got
it too.
Brian, if you can get that.
Did you get that also? Did we all get it?
We got it.
Yeah.
There's only two. I mean, we don't have anything anymore, so let's not take a call for a little while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. All right.
So thanks a lot. 2 o'clock call of the day. Yeah. Love it. Best thing we do.
Well, you know what's weird? It was a little funny.
Well, I mean, if it was like me and you talking, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious off the air.
Yeah.
Just on the air.
That's not funny.
It don't fly.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why you guys don't take calls.
Yeah, I know.
This is why nobody should take calls.
Oh, come on.
And
we like the people to be involved in the show.
Yeah.
This is the high wire act that is live radio.
Yeah.
Because you can't even go and you can't screen that. You don't know that they're going to do that.
Right. No, it's true.
Yeah, because I
never saw that coming.
You know, we do the please don't say ask how you're doing thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So you just jump right in.
Laura, you're new to the show. You vote no calls along with Greg?
Oh, I love calls. Because
Okay.
people are, people can give you stuff.
Right.
But I also feel like you get that.
Yeah, no, you do. That is part of the deal.
That's the risk.
So and John Island would say, that's why we take them, because it's funny.
It's funny. Let me switch up here. I want to do something else. Saw a story from Sports Illustrated today. Came through my Apple News. And my first thought was, why should I believe anything Sports Illustrated does anymore? I think they've lost credibility forever. They used AI and had created fake profiles for writers. Why would I look at SI and take it seriously ever again.
Well, who did they claim wrote this piece?
Well, they gave them a fake bio.
Sure.
It was like Ted Johnson wrote the piece, and there's like a fake bio.
Okay,
of
I'm
him.
just asking, like, this SI article that you looked at.
Yeah.
Was it a recognizable name, like a Tom Verducci?
No,
who
it was like Joe Smith.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah, no, it was not. You don't know this story?
No, I know the story. I'm just saying this is how, at this point, the only way I will read anything at SI would be like, I think Tom Verducci is still there, but like Tom Verducci, I know who he is.
Right.
He is a credible baseball writer.
He is.
If it is somebody that I recognize at this point, I will never read a new writer at Sports Illustrated. Like, that's done.
Yeah, no, because who knows?
Because they're probably thinking now, okay, we got busted once.
Yeah.
Now's the time to do it again.
You know what's weird? If they had not created the fake bios, if they just had AI writing articles, I would be like, okay, AI wrote this. There's some facts. It's a game recap. There's really no way to screw it up.
Apparently, though, the tells were pretty obvious.
Really?
Like, you could see similarities between article to article to article. The insight was kind of non-existent.
Yes.
Like, it was pretty bad writing.
Mm-hmm.
So you start wondering, like, what's going on with SI?
Yeah. Terrible. All right, and I wanted to do
Whatever
this
happened,
too.
by the way, did you ever end up writing for Matthew Barry?
I did. Did you not read the article?
I did not.
Oh, my God. It's
Andy. That's
Isn't
like
it not
rule
nominated?
number one.
I think it's going to win the Pulitzer.
That's what I heard. I heard that it's
Is it
winning
the
that.
Pulitzer or the Pulitzer?
Pulitzer.
But in also, it's not actually your part that's going to win it. It's going to be the Matthew Barry leading up the 1,000 words before your 1,000
Matthew
words.
Barry said, about 1,000 to 1,800 words. So I thought, okay, brevity is the soul of wit. Is that an expression?
It is.
Okay. Brevity is, so I wrote 1,000 words.
On the dot.
I think it made 1,002. Matthew Barry then wrote a 1,000-page introduction for me. Very nice introduction.
It is, but it took up the whole thing, and it said everything that you were going to say in the article.
Yeah, thanks for...
You know what, though, that shows?
No, it was a great article. Like, honestly, it was written very well.
I didn't... First of all, I got to check this out. I actually did not know that this happened.
Yeah. I mean, I don't use the word masterpiece very often.
Barry
Except for the Pulitzer part of it.
You know what?
The Pulitzer.
You know what? He couldn't stand you getting those type of, accolades and applause. Like, you actually threatened Matthew Barry out of retirement. He was in semi-retirement.
He did write a love-hate column leading up to my love-hate column.
Right. He felt the footsteps.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, do you think Tom Verducci will leave SI after all this? Would you, if you were writing for SI,
That's a good question.
would you leave SI?
I mean, look.
Because you're not credible anymore.
The way things have been going at SI, not to put their business too out in the streets, I would imagine a lot of writers with other options are at minimum looking around.
Like, wouldn't you go to the Athletic or something like that?
Make your own model.
Anime?
Yeah, sure, anime. Let's do an anime. Do we have anything? What's the latest on Otani? You got anything?
He's a Dodger, according to Dave Roberts.
Yeah, right. God, what a weird story.
What a stupid thing to do.
And what a weird way to handle it. I agree with Buster Olney. It's just joyless. It's like it could be the wild speculation that goes on. We're not getting any of that because loose lips are apparently sinking ships.
You know, I was thinking about this, though, because, like, on one hand, it would be seemingly more fun for all of us if Otani handled free agency the way we see a lot of other athletes in sports do their free agency, which is turn it into an event.
Yes.
But what it wouldn't be, clearly, is fun for Otani. And, like, we are so used now to athletes taking every opportunity they can to, build their proverbial brand. Clearly, Otani's like, look, my brand is I do unheard of things in baseball on a regular basis. I'm the best player in the game. I'm already world famous. I already have plenty of endorsements. I'm already going to be probably a billionaire by the time this is all said and done. I don't need to build my brand anymore. Because, like, the moment he gives up his privacy, you never get that back.
Oh,
like,
sure.
It's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it happening, according to Carl Ravitch?
Source. Dodgers meeting with Shohei Otani at Dodger Stadium was indeed on Friday. Team store was closed down. Ballpark tours canceled. And that's the day that Otani toured the facility. So there's the very latest.
But isn't that not allowed out according to everything we're talking about?
This was
Fabian Ardaya.
Fabian Ardaya. And
can't put it on anybody. That's just one of their sources. But you can't directly point. That could be a source from a different team.
I think I know who the source is.
Who is it?
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts.
He just likes to tell everything.
Right. He'll tell you anything.
Maybe he doesn't want Otani. He's trying to sabotage this.
Whoa.
So he's sabotaging his job then?
He's getting paid either way.
It is so weird.
For 1 year.
I mean, Dave is a wonderful guy, right? We all agree on that.
Yeah. It doesn't matter about wonderful guy. Of course he's a wonderful guy.
You can see where this is going, Greg.
Seriously.
But I said after the season, I think they need a change. And it's not because Dave has – I just think they need a different temperament when they approach the playoffs. Dave has been a great manager in the regular. He's done some dumb stuff, I think, in the postseason. And so I thought there should be a change. Now, if Otani does not sign with the Dodgers, everybody's going to blame Dave for it.
And it could have absolutely zero
Nothing to do with it.
it.
It's crazy.
Well, it's his fault now, no matter what.
No matter what.
He signs with San Francisco, Dave's fault.
Dave.
Signs with Toronto,
Dave.
Chicago,
Dave.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. I mean, can we want to go more teams? Diamondbacks.
Dave.
Royals.
Dave.
Marlins.
Dave.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah. That's the way we're all going to feel if it doesn't go our way.
It could literally have nothing to do with Dave Roberts at all.
Yeah.
Like, Otani may have been charmed by Dave Roberts.
Sure.
Like,
could have been.
Thought he was maybe the best manager in terms of just people skills, vision for baseball, everything. And for whatever reason, he just liked the Blue Jays setup better.
Right.
Like, there's less media in Toronto.
He can be more private.
Exactly.
Stuff. Yeah.
Love Dave. Like, wishes Dave Roberts was the manager of the Blue Jays, and then he could have the best of all worlds. Dave Roberts is still going to be blamed.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to do one thing before we go to break. So I'm working with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, and I am driving this Elantra right now.
I thought you were about to make an offer.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to give them Hyundais for life. No, I am driving this Elantra right now, which is a hybrid. Have you ever driven a hybrid?
Like a little bit.
Bergman,
not
you have a
really.
hybrid,
I
right?
have a hybrid,
Oh,
yeah.
Let me tell you something. I am fascinated by watching the little icon on the screen in front of me that tells me how many miles per gallon I'm getting. So I'm driving differently in order to get a really good number. So today I was 45.7 miles per gallon, which is insane to me. That's crazy. And gas is so expensive, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden I'm saving it, but it's that little number. I got to 45.7 today. That's crazy.
It's amazing.
By the way, according to John Morosi,
Yeah.
Juan Soto trade.
Oh, it's done?
It's happening. He's going to the Yankees.
Going to the Yankees.
Done?
Yep. According to John Morosi.
I trust Morosi.
I trust Morosi. So Juan Soto to the Yankees. All right, coming up, we're going to talk to Coach Sean McVay in a minute here. The Rams
We
definitely
can find out what McVay would offer to get Otani
Oh, that's
here.
right. Season tickets.
He knows people.
Rams season tickets.
We got to ask him.
We will ask him.
Seriously.
All right. At some point, Sean McVay is going to join us. We'll keep you up to date on Otani, and we'll circle back to the Lakers, who are on their way to Vegas. Mason in Ireland. Andy's in for John, 710 ESPN.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Let me dunk this in here. And then we'll get back to, I want to do some Lakers. But USC is definitely going to have a new quarterback next year. And I don't think it's somebody that is currently on the roster. So this is what Lincoln Riley said this week. He said, I like the guys we have in the room, the quarterback room. But you always have a responsibility to the team to continue to look at potential people that could come in and make our room better and make our team better. You know, that's just flat out, I'm bringing somebody in.
You know what that is? That is a softer, more politically correct version of when Deion Sanders said, see, half these guys here, they're not going to be on the team next year.
It's true. It's totally true.
It's the nicer way of saying it.
And a couple of names that are floating around out there as potential transfers to USC. Oregon State's quarterback, say his name.
DJ. Mm-hmm. Say it with me. DJ. Uunga Lele.
There.
Uunga Lele.
Yeah.
Don't be like Cappy and say ukulele.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
The other guys that are out there, a list of available players. Washington State's Cameron Ward. He had a really good year. Kansas State's Will Howard. And Howard is apparently one of the guys that they're really, really focused on. So it's not going to be Miller Moss, who's going to play the bowl game. It's unlikely to be Malachi Nelson, who's a big recruit, and they're going to bring in somebody. And I think, by the way, this is something we're going to see in college football all the time. It's the free agency portal.
Okay, you know what, though? That makes this bowl game huge for Miller Moss before he potentially enters the transfer portal.
Right.
Because he knows I'm never going to be the regular quarterback at USC. So this game is actually really important for him.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the bowl game, although I'll be honest, I'm a huge Trojans fan.
So am I.
I don't even know where the hell they're going. Where are they? They're going back to
Holiday
San Diego,
Bowl.
Right? Holiday Bowl.
Look,
they always wind up.
I was going to say, when in doubt for USC, if it's a year where they don't go to the Rose Bowl or like the national championship,
chances are
it's the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah. And who's USC playing? I should know.
Who they play?
Oh, Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. Classic matchup.
Yeah, when those two get together.
Oh, yeah.
And, the motivation. Can you imagine the motivation that USC is going to have in that game?
I'm shocked that Caleb Williams doesn't want to play. Shocked.
Yeah, it's shocking. I thought for sure he would play.
Big game for Miller Moss, though. I'm not even kidding.
You're right. No, it is a big game for him. Maybe UCLA will take him in the transfer portal because we need somebody.
Yep, you need somebody. All right, so last night at Crypto.com Arena, the Lakers punched their ticket to go to Vegas for the in-season tournament. The semifinals are tomorrow night, and then the final on Saturday night will be the winner of Lakers-Pelicans and Indiana-Milwaukee. And there is no question at this point. And you heard it, by the way, in John Ireland's call. We're going to Vegas, baby. You heard it in Darvin Ham before the game, said guys care about this because there's a bag. $500,000 is a lot of money.
It is.
And LeBron has said, we are great competitors in for a fight. Let's fight. I mean, the tournament is a real thing now.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I will admit, like a lot of people, I was cynical about this heading into it. I wasn't against it. Like, I didn't think it was stupid, or I was just like, I don't quite get what it is. And I think it's going to take a while for it to start feeling like a thing for the players. But the thing that I underestimated, and I think most people underestimated, is these guys are competitive psychopaths. Like, they are so wired to be competitive. The minute you put anything in some type of competitive setting, even if it is truly invented, and you don't even quite know what the stakes are, the minute you say it is a competition, it's on.
Yes.
Like, these guys want to
Yeah.
Win it.
And the one thing you say from last night, first of all, is just a terrific game. It was just a great game. And it's fun to watch Kevin Durant, who is just a sniper out there. And but LeBron, 15 points in the fourth quarter, 15 of his 31 in the fourth quarter. It's just insane what he's doing. He's going to turn 39 in a couple of weeks. Yeah. And the other thing about last night is they're about at 100% in terms of health. They've got Reddish back. They've got Rui back. They've got Vanderbilt back.
Dude, Vando, his defense in this game, particularly on Durant. Like, Durant got his because Kevin Durant's Kevin Durant, but there were so many possessions where Vando either forced a turnover or just forced a really difficult shot. He had 4 offensive rebounds in the first half.
Yes.
Like, and for a team that, their offense needs more opportunities, those offensive rebounds are like yesterday in the first half, they had 15 second chance points. They entered that game averaging less than 10.
No, they are not a good second chance points team.
No, they're terrible.
Yeah,
actually.
and they're bad on the boards.
Yes.
They have been very bad on the boards.
Right. It is huge having somebody like Vanderbilt that, that is one of his specialties.
Yeah.
He's really good on the offensive glass. They need it.
So in the Mason and Ireland, do we have, Coach McVay is going to join us here in a second. Of course, the Rams are now 6-6 and right in it, right in the middle of the whole thing. I never had a doubt that they were going to climb back into this 3-game winning streak. They're at Baltimore on Sunday, and in a minute, Sean is going to be with us. We're going to ask him if he'll offer. We got him?
Yep.
Sean, good afternoon.
What's going on?
All is good, man. We are a little bit on Shohei Otani watch, and we've been offering him stuff to get him to come to the Dodgers. So we got him free lotto scratchers. We got him free King tacos. We got him all this stuff.
We've also been putting people on the hook, Sean, in terms of having them offer things as well, or even making offers for them. So is there anything you'd like to offer Shohei Otani if he signs with the Dodgers?
Yeah, he can come sit in the box with my wife at the next home game.
Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
I don't know if he really want to do that, but I'm sure they have a hell of a time up there.
Absolutely. Hey, I was thinking about this today. We just put up our Christmas tree. We have a live Christmas tree. Do you do at the McVay home? Do you do the live Christmas tree or do you do the artificial?
Artificial. The live's way too much work, man.
It is a lot of work.
Do it, but you know what? If I'm going to have to put it up and down right there, I know the time is limited during this time of year. But kudos to you for the real Christmas tree. We'll keep going with the fake one at the McVay household.
You know what we do? We get like the littlest, wimpiest tree, like a little Charlie Brown tree, where you put the star on top and it kind of leans over to one side. That's the kind of Christmas tree we like, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, not a big fancy one.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Whatever works for you, I can appreciate that. We've had real ones when I was growing up, but I'm all about convenience if it still gets the job done, especially with everything going on right now.
Now, I'm correct. This is baby's first Christmas, right?
It is. Yep. So we're first one with little man, and pretty cool.
That is cool. You know what else is pretty cool? 6-6
in the
and right
hunt.
in the middle of the playoff hunt, Coach. Congratulations, man. You're in it.
Hey, we got to keep it going, man. There's a lot of football left, and we have arguably as good a challenge as we could have based on playing as complete a team as there is in this league at their place. So got a lot of work to do this week, but we're excited about the challenge. But I like the way that our team has played. They've done a great job off of the bye, winning 3 straight, and it's about what have you done lately for me, so let's keep this thing rolling.
The one thing I noticed at the game on Sunday is that anybody that wasn't playing had like a jersey or a hoodie on that said, "We Not Me." Is that that's like a team theme right now for you, Coach?
Yeah, it's kind of been a consistent theme that we've operated with for a handful of years, and it's always about the team. And, those are some of the things that kind of just guide the way that we want to try to operate as a culture and really pour into each other. But We Not Me is something that we've kind of, carried as a calling card for ourselves for a long time.
You've always expressed a lot of confidence in this team and the players that you have. But at the same time, this was a season I know that a lot of us weren't quite sure what it was going to be. You guys are now 6-6. Has there been any element of surprise for you at all? Just because I think it was a difficult season to predict.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I see the way these guys work day in and day out. And what I do think has served us well is I thought we were playing better football than what our record reflected in the first 9 games of the season. But you could see the growth. You could see the ability to get some guys back healthy from injury. You saw the consistency at which the guys approached their weekly rhythm and routine. And then I think the most important thing is let's play your best ball in December and into January. And playing meaningful football in December is an important thing. We've been fortunate to be in a lot of these situations where you're playing meaningful games in December over the last handful of years. And I'm really happy for these guys, but I know that the only way that you do that is you continue to take care of your business and you continue to be committed to a consistent process. And what this group has done, and it's a great mix of young guys with some veterans that are modeling the way and really elevating a lot of guys around them.
Last week, I think I told you that, I'm at all the games, that when the kicker lined up, I was always holding my breath. You're making a change at kicker right now. What's weird is, like for the last week, I've been saying, why not Mason Crosby? Why not Mason Crosby? Talk about this sort of move to Mason Crosby now at the kicker position.
Oh, I was listening to you on the radio, and I said we probably should listen to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, you know what? It actually offers a really unique opportunity, because I do think Lucas is a guy that has a bright future. He's got a lot of ability. He's a young player. You look at great kickers in the history of this league. There's times that you go through some rough patches, but to be able to have a player of Mason's caliber on the street and with his experiences, I think it's great to be able to bring him in, potentially flex him up to where he's been in a lot of big-time games, and we know that we've got an important stretch coming up ahead these last 5 weeks. And so it offered a unique opportunity to get him in here, and we're excited to be able to add him to the mix.
So, Coach, what do you do with Lamar Jackson? I mean, he's mobile, he runs, he's become a really great pocket passer when that's the play. How do you even defend Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, you have to play great defense. You have to play 11 as one. He's a problem, and he's been a problem since he came into this league. He's a great player. I think they're doing a great job at utilizing, a variety of his skill sets, whether that's as a passer, whether it's him being able to, athletically create off schedule as a passer or a runner. They can pick and choose their spots to change the math when they use him as a runner, and then he's got great playmakers and a great scheme. And so that is a combination of a lot of problems when you're trying to defend him. But, like we said, you love these challenges in the NFL, and this is as good as it gets going to Baltimore at Baltimore with Lamar Jackson leading the way.
They are coming off a bye, correct?
They are.
Is there anything that you've noticed over your time coaching that becomes a particular challenge when you're taking on a team coming off that bye?
Yeah, usually they get guys back healthy. There are some times that enables them to be able to add some wrinkles to their schemes based on, the time that's allotted to kind of be able to look at yourself through, in their case, the first 12 weeks of the season. And so they are, we've got to be ready for it. But they've done an excellent job. Coach Harbaugh has consistently been a phenomenal leader for them. I know him, have a lot of respect for him. And then, they got great personnel, great coaches, great scheme, and all of those things. You're checking the boxes and all the important things, and that's why they're at the top of the AFC and consistently in these types of conversations year in and year out.
All right, listen, Coach, we are excited for Sunday, excited for this 3-game winning streak, right in the thick of everything. So go get them on Sunday. And by the way, we will tell Shohei when he calls in. I think he's going to call in today. We'll tell him that he can watch a game with Veronica in the box at SoFi Stadium. That's a fantastic offer.
And whatever guest he wants to bring too.
Oh,
nice.
Way to step up for the city. Thank you.
All right, Coach.
Oh, my wife might be not happy with me, but what the hell? Let's get him here.
There you go.
It's for the city.
Yeah, it's for LA. All right, hey, Coach, go get him on Sunday, man. Excited for it.
Let's go. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, there's Coach Sean McVay offering Shohei Otani the opportunity to sit in the box at SoFi Stadium with his wife and bring any guests he wants.
Unlimited guests. Yeah. I took that to mean unlimited guests.
As many people as he wants.
So that includes us because we're brokering this, so all of us get to go.
We're making the deal. Do we have anything new on Otani? Anything?
No, I just want to know why you didn't ask a follow-up about Lucas Haversick still being on the roster.
Because I think he's on the practice squad, and I don't want to. I mean,
then he would say he's on the practice squad. It sounded like he's carrying both.
he says he's got a bright future. No, it doesn't sound like.
Did that not sound like
No,
that to
it
you?
didn't. It
Andy,
sounds
how
like-
did it sound
No.
like to you?
Sounds
It sounded like
he's-
he was being diplomatic.
Sounds like he's being nice, and Lucas Haversick may be on the practice squad, but as he said, he heard me on the radio talking about Mason Crosby as recently as yesterday.
That was good.
If nothing else, he doesn't think he has a bright, immediate day in football because otherwise he'd still be the regular kicker. And I mean, that's not a slam on him. He's inexperienced. But for what the Rams are doing right now, where every game counts, they need an experienced, reliable kicker. It's really important.
I mean, he missed that first field goal, and I was like, there it is. There we go. There we go. All right, coming up next, time for our weekly check of the NBA power rankings. Where are the Lakers on the list? We will get into that coming up next. And tell me again.
Service Titan, and also you have Jacob and Ronnie.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So whenever Coach Sean McVay is on the show, it is brought to you by Service Titan, the all-in-one solution that connects your entire HVAC, electrical, and plumbing operation on a single software platform, helping make the combination we love every Rams season. Coach Sean McVay and Mason and Ireland every single week. All right, so I mentioned Jacob and Ronnie earlier. Jacob is prepared to offer free legal services to Shohei Otani for life if he comes to L.A.
Are you doing that for him, or is he actually doing that?
Doing that on his behalf.
Okay.
On his behalf. And whether Shohei or anybody else is involved in an accident of any kind, you want Jacob Emrani. He's been doing this for 25 years. Come on, guys. You've heard me talk about him. Imagine you're hiring one person and you got somebody else handling your case. This happens all the time. Some firms will say that accident is too small, not worth our time, so they farm it out to a smaller, less experienced firm. That's the reason why if you're in an accident, call Jacob. Every case is equally important to Jacob, and he will not hand your case off to somebody else. And let's face it, who do you want dealing with the insurance company, Jacob, or potentially somebody a few months out of law school? Don't take the risk. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. Get the medical care you need and the compensation that you deserve. Because remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
calljacob.com. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Ireland continues now.
All right, it's day after the Lakers punched their ticket to Vegas. Years ago, we had a voicemail call, and all it was this. Sing my soul on fire. Viva Las Vegas. Do we have that song? We should be playing that song. Yeah, no, I love that song.
No, it's a bad song.
No, it's a great. Oh, you don't like Elvis?
Yeah, he's overrated.
No, this is a great song.
He
though.
is overrated.
What?
Thank you, Laura.
Although
I got someone on my side. That's amazing. You just like making noises. You don't actually like the
Here's
song.
Here's the thing. I don't particularly like Elvis either, but doing Elvis voice is really fun.
Yeah, it is.
Elvis is a fun guy to do impressions of. Music's.
What do you think?
He built his career on doing someone else's.
Yeah. We know your
Someone
take.
else's music. He's right.
What's the best Elvis song?
To me,
none of them.
Suspicious Minds.
Oh, that's a good one.
Either that or a little more. What's it called? A little more action. Little less conversation.
Little more action. Yeah.
But I'm not a big Elvis guy either.
I'm not either. But I love this song because it's Vegas. I'm going to. This is so 1%. I'm going to the Sphere on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah. Ireland has talked a lot about the Sphere.
Oh?
Have you heard him?
Yeah, just, 50-50 chance if you tune into this show and Ireland's on, Sphere Talk.
He's going to mention the Sphere.
There's Sphere Talk.
If Ireland tells a story about something, he tells the story about something.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
And just in case you didn't hear it,
He'll tell it
50th
again.
time, tells it again.
Yes.
The next day?
Are you going to U2 there?
Yeah.
Oh, now this is a big deal for you.
Oh, my God, I love U2.
I was going to say,
This is the band of my lifetime.
You are a massive U2 fan.
Yes. And Ireland told me, don't gummy up before the Sphere. But I would think that you do want to gummy up before the Sphere because then it becomes,
okay.
Look at the colors and the pictures.
Here's where I think Ireland might be right.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get to the Sphere a second time?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think there could be another time in the relatively near future that you could get back to the Sphere?
I don't know. Well, when somebody good goes there, I'll go
Okay,
again.
because the reason I say this is maybe the first time you go to the Sphere, you should take it ungummied, just so you really understand the experience. You remember everything. Nothing gets past you. Second time at the Sphere, that's for the gummy.
That's when you gummy up.
Yo, that's when you gummy up.
Yeah. You know what album they're doing at the Sphere? Achtung Baby.
Are they really?
They're doing front side, back side. Well, when albums used to have a front side and a back side.
God, we're dating ourselves.
Dating ourselves, yeah.
That is a great
Yeah,
album.
it's a great album. And then they're doing the hits at the end. I looked at the
So they're
set
doing
list.
front to back Octung Baby?
Front to back.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
Have they been doing different albums?
No. Achtung Baby has been the set list.
Well, it's about 30 years since Achtung Baby came out.
Has it really been 30 years?
That album came out like 92, 93, something like that.
Wow.
91?
Yeah. No, it's a classic. It's a classic. Hey, real quick, I want to do this, and then we got What's Up. So let me see who does this. Zach Harper.
Oh, yeah.
Good basketball.
I know
writer.
Zach. At The Athletic. The Cinephobe podcast, by the way. Really
What
really
is the
fun.
Cinephobe podcast?
Him and Amin El Hassan and Anthony Mays, they take movies that have gotten 50% or less on Rotten Tomatoes, and they go through it and they ascertain whether or not the movie got a fair shake from the critics or not.
Interesting.
It's really fun. It's a funny, fun podcast.
Well, he also does weekly a list of NBA power rankings for The Athletic. And he divides them into tiers. So tier one is contenders. Tier 2 is brink of contention. Tier 3 is playoff team. So who do you think he's got as the contenders? There are 4 of them.
And contenders is the upper echelon?
The top of the top.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's 1.
Denver's
2.
Boston's
3.
Number 4, I'm going to say...
It's not the Lakers yet, right?
Nope.
Phoenix?
No.
Well, no, but Phoenix has gotten the benefit of the doubt from a lot
Now,
of
go with
writers.
me, Andy. Oklahoma.
I would put them in there. They're not proven.
They're probably in the second tier.
They are in the second tier,
Okay, yeah.
brink of contention.
Okay, then the number 4, if it's...
It's not Miami.
By the way, it's the team he's got at number 1.
It's the team he's got...
Philadelphia.
It's very surprising. They're off to a really good start.
Philly?
They've got an emerging superstar.
Emerging superstar.
It's Minnesota.
Oh, well. Okay. Zach is a big Timberwolves fan.
Oh, is he really?
He is a Timberwolves
So
guy.
he's shading this?
He might be shading it a little bit.
Maybe a little. Putting him at number 1, like they're starting off well, but putting him at number 1.
They are playing really well.
They are
though.
playing really well. But again, would you put him at number 1?
No.
When was the last time they did
So you're
anything?
saying Zach's a Timberwolves fan?
He is
Take it with a grain of
to the
salt.
best of my recollection. I mean, he's a really good NBA writer.
Oh, he's excellent.
The rest of the list doesn't matter. It's over.
Oh,
I don't trust
the
any
list
more.
is not legitimate
list
because
is no
Minnesota's
longer-
number 1.
Yeah, because you use your own bias and put Minnesota number 1.
Okay, let me clarify. I'm pretty sure he's a Timberwolves fan.
wait
but
a
not
minute.
100%.
Now you're spreading.
Now I'm worried.
Zach Harper and you. Okay.
Now
All
I'm
right,
Zach
you got a
Harper.
beef.
Get me Zach Harper.
I
Find out
could.
what he will offer Shohei Otani.
Yeah, what is he going to give Shohei?
3 Minnesota Timberwolves tickets.
So he's got the tier 1 is Minnesota, Boston, Denver, and Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
The brink of contention, he's got Phoenix and OKC. Playoff teams, he's got Orlando, the Knicks, Philly, New Orleans, Sacramento, and Dallas.
Wow. Don't have the Lakers listed yet.
He has
bias.
He has them at 15. They are tier 4 play-in tournament teams or better. Indiana, Miami, the Lakers, Cleveland, and Atlanta.
Is he even watching the in-season tournament? The Lakers are in the Final 4 of the in-season tournament.
I don't get it. This came out today, by the way.
It's an obvious bias. If you have Minnesota at the top, the Lakers are below. It's an obvious bias towards.
He's still mad the Lakers left Minnesota.
Maybe, but that's
carrying a
really
grudge.
like he can say whatever he wants. He is a very good basketball writer.
He is,
but it's an obvious bias.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, honestly, don't we all operate with a certain bias? It's impossible to not have a bias. Don't you have a bias?
Yes, of course I have a bias towards all things LA. But no matter what, if you're writing a story like that, you have to be unbiased. You can have Minnesota up there because they're playing really well.
They are.
You can but you have to put the Lakers in a spot where they're playing well enough that they are a legit playoff team.
Did this list come out before or after the Lakers eliminated the Phoenix
Came out
Suns?
yesterday, December 5.
I wonder if he would have changed his tune if he had saw this game.
Saw that last night.
Yeah. Because the Lakers handled the Suns. They controlled that game.
They did control the game. They led most of the way. Phoenix took a 1-point lead late. But the Lakers bounced right back. Austin Reeves had the big 3, and then the screw up at the end with the loose ball, and the timeout.
The 2-minute report for that should just be like
Is there a 2-minute report
there
for
is.
that?
I believe there is. There's always one.
Yeah.
Like it should just be a shrug emoji.
See, I thought that was an automatic review.
I don't think it is.
Could Frank Vogel have called for a review? Did he burn his review
I don't
already?
think you actually can challenge or review that. Like I don't think you can.
A timeout during a loose ball.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, Vogel was pissed.
He was really. So was Devin Booker.
Yes, he was.
Devin Booker, by the way, he and Cam Reddish looked like they were about to go to blows.
Cam Reddish is a nice, really good defender.
Actually,
all those guys are defending. Rui, Vanderbilt. I'll tell you who's a surprisingly good defender is Max Christie.
Right now, the Lakers, with their full complement of players, you just listed all those guys, plus somebody like Tayshaun Prince, who I think is solid. He's not a great defender, but you can put
Taurean Prince.
Taurean Prince. You can put him more in his defensive lane, like the place where he actually belongs.
I mean, he's super long.
Yeah, no, Taurean Prince is not a great man defender. He's not a great on-ball defender, but I think he can be a very good help defender, stuff like that. And now that you have all these other guys that everybody can be slotted now to where they are at their best strengths.
Yep.
And somebody like D'Angelo Russell, for example, I think he's trying harder defensively, but he's a weak link defensively.
Yeah.
But now you can put other guys around him who can help take some of that pressure off
makes
him.
sense.
And certain things he does well, like get deflections. That he can start focusing on things like that. He got 5 steals Saturday against Houston. Like you allow somebody like D'Lo to become less of a problem defensively because all these other guys are back.
Yeah. No, I think they're in good shape tomorrow night. Although they are, I'm trying to think. I've got the odds somewhere. I'll get you the odds coming up.
The Pelicans are playing really well.
Playing really well.
With everyone back. You want to talk about another team with a lot of wings defensively.
Yep.
Like Herb Jones is a really good defender. Trey Murphy's a really good
Right,
defender.
right.
He's a guard, but Jose Alvarado is really disruptive.
Yep.
This could be a really fun game.
All right.
What's up?
What's up, fool? By the way, Lakers versus Pelicans. You'll hear it here tomorrow on 710 ESPN. And if they make the championship game, you will hear that Saturday night, live from Vegas. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
When a
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. Now, I want to make sure that you're going to be okay with this question first, but do you know who Rob Freeman is?
No.
He's Pitching Ninja on Twitter.
Okay.
Do you know who that is, Pitching Ninja?
I don't.
But he does a bunch of things with pitchers. He's really good at it. It's a great follow if you want to see anything baseball pitching related. But he put this out there. It says, bad news. You sold your soul to the devil. Good news. You can win it back by beating the Devils team in one baseball game. Naturally, Satan's lineup has the 9 best hitters ever. But you can pick any pitcher in history to pitch versus Devils team. Who's your starting pitcher?
Anytime,
anybody that you want, any pitcher in the history of baseball to go against the 9 best hitters ever in baseball history.
So it's like Lucifer's batting cleanup.
Yeah,
Beelzebub.
if he was if he was a real hitter, it'd be like Barry Bonds and Aaron Judge and going with the best hitters.
I
Ken
am
Griffey
going to
Jr.
go with one of my all-time favorites, Nolan Ryan.
Oh, he's going to walk a ton of them.
Yeah, but he's going to strike a ton of them
Or
out.
hit him in the
Strike out the devil. He'll probably throw
it's
a
not
no-hitter.
the devil. The devil's not playing. It's the devil's team. You're real baseball players.
Who's on?
Who's
third?
managing?
Who's on first?
What?
What?
He's
I
on
don't know.
second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I would go with Nolan Ryan. What about you?
I'm going Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson's a
A,
great call.
great pitcher. B, intimidating.
Yeah,
he
he
can
is.
stare down all of those great Hells batters.
Oh, yeah.
Being a few of them.
Right.
Chin music.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably taking BP and Hull right now.
I'm trying to pick between two. It's either Randy Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's
which
good.
would just be incredible.
That would
Or
be.
I think the right answer is actually like peak Pedro Martinez.
Peak Pedro is
Peak
really
Pedro.
good.
He was a
be
peak
good.
Pedro in the steroid era.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's Pedro. I think
Pedro.
Pedro's the
Regular season Kirsch.
Regular season Kirsch.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is this a regular season game or a playoff game? Do we know?
Oh, if it's a playoff game, it's not Pedro because the Yankees, they were
his daddy.
Right.
Yeah. So then it's Randy Johnson. I'm switching all over again. Randy
Yes,
Johnson.
Randy
Yeah.
Johnson it is.
Sticking with Bob Gibson.
I'm sticking with Nolan Ryan.
Regular season Kirsch.
Regular season Kirsch.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. So Adam Silver was on Pat McAfee's show this morning and said some things about the in-season tournament and how it's going so far. And one of the things he said was the courts this year he was a fan of, but they were, quote, a little cookie cutter for him because the courts were kind of a last-minute thing. And next year that they wish to have sponsorships or partnerships with the court and the teams will have a little more freedom and even hinted at possible fan contests.
Really?
Yeah, so
For
like
the court.
For the court, is there any kind of design that you think would fit for the Lakers out here that goes for the LA style that you could think of?
Feels like stars should be on the court somewhere, like actual stars.
I got to be honest. I wouldn't change much of the Lakers
like the court it
I
is
think
now.
the Lakers had one of the Lakers and the Clippers. I think both had really good courts. Like LA apparently understood the concept of design.
Right. Are you saying did LA design the court?
I'm just saying,
or did the NBA design it?
Well, no, the Lakers, I assume at least each team does their own. I don't, they're in charge of what they
Who
want.
designed that god awful Portland court?
Let me tell you,
that was terrible.
Red courts should be outlawed.
It was awful to watch.
Red is it's dangerous to your health.
Right.
Looking at those things.
Totally agreed. And have you seen the semifinals and finals?
No.
Court? It's out. They showed a picture of it. It's blue on the outside and red in the middle. So it's another
Another
a bad
red court.
It's a bad court.
For both teams?
Yeah, they're playing on the same court.
I didn't know
In
if they
Vegas.
changed out the
Oh
courts.
no, they're going to Vegas and they're playing on the same court.
Oh.
I believe.
Yeah.
But it's blue and red.
Blue and red.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
awful.
Yeah, I think the court
Awful.
part is. I think the idea of fan content is actually really smart. There's so many people out there using their Photoshop and Adobe and all that stuff. They can come up with something really cool and submit it, and maybe an element becomes part of the court.
Yeah, I thought something cool like the Oregon's court, how they have all the trees or the redwoods, something like
Yeah.
that. Something more unique rather than just the colorways.
That's what I was thinking, like stars around the perimeter or something like that.
Oregon's court is terrible with those trees that are all on there.
I kinda
It's
like
so hard to watch a game with all
It
those
does
trees
get.
on it.
It does get.
It's distracting.
Yeah, it is distracting.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of these solid red courts that we've seen during the in-season tournament. Like, they're blinding. They're really distracting.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's why I like the Lakers. The Lakers is just clean.
It's just yellow and purple.
Yeah, looks
great.
good.
Yes,
It's great.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, so Upper Deck Golf is also putting on an event today that's starting today through Sunday.
Yeah.
It's the official, they're partnered with Stand Up to Cancer, and they're doing a golfing at Dodger Stadium. And I've seen this before at Petco Park, and I think they've done it before at Dodger
Yes,
Stadium.
they have.
But how cool is this that you can you get VIP tickets, you get special access to the stadium, and you're just hitting golf balls onto the field?
They apparently have set up 9 holes at Dodger Stadium, so you can go out and play 9. And I've not seen. Has anybody seen pictures of what it looks like playing golf at Dodger Stadium?
Just very basic photos.
Someone standing in a suite and hitting out
like
of
you're
it.
teeing off from the loge.
I'm
or
assuming
something?
that there's just 9 holes in the outfield.
It looks kind of like
have you ever
have you ever been to Topgolf or anywhere where you go to a driving range?
very similar to
where
that
you're
kind
up
of.
top.
Yes.
It looks like that type of view, and they've set up some type of course where either you're hitting all the time from that level, or I guess maybe different spots around Dodger Stadium. Okay, this thought came to me when we were discussing the show before we came on.
Okay.
in-season tournament, no matter how far the Lakers go, it ends December 9th. You're done on the 9th.
Correct. Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday. Sunday is the last day of this. Dodgers need to figure out a way to get Austin Reeves to this and show Reeves playing this course.
Ireland has played with Austin Reeves and says he's unbelievable.
Dan Wojcicki, who covers the Lakers for the LA Times, has also played with Reeves.
Yeah.
And Dan's actually a pretty good golfer. Reeves is really good.
Yeah.
Could maybe join the senior tour or something like that. Bless you.
Dying over there? What's going on?
It was a sneeze.
That was a large sneeze.
I got my mic off, though, in time.
You did a great job with turning your mic off. Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
was
a
a
very
big sneeze.
large market thing for you to do.
Yeah.
What's up, Fu? All right, guys. So I have an interesting story that I had sent to Mace a while back, and it's about female frogs. So female frogs, when they don't want any attention from the male frogs, they go into a toxic immobility that makes them look like they're dead. And I'm like, I'm not mad at that. Sometimes we don't want attention.
So in other words, the female frogs will pretend to be dead.
They play dead.
So they don't have to deal with the male frogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
Is that like when a girl ghosts you?
Well, it feels to me like
exactly.
That's what it is, right?
It
You
feels
guys
to
have
me,
that, you know?
Oh, I was going to say, it feels to me like when my wife gives me the silent treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it just doesn't matter what.
How often does she give you the silent treatment?
More often than I'd prefer.
Yeah. The silent treatment is actually a pretty good punishment.
It's the worst.
Like I use it sometimes.
It's the worst.
Do you ever use it with Allison, Brian?
Not really. She probably use it towards me, but
She does use it.
But now get under my skin.
Bergman, do you ever use the silent treatment?
It really doesn't work.
It does. It totally works for me.
It doesn't work for you?
If I go silent, then it's like great.
You know what? That's how I feel too.
You guys are weird.
All right, coming up next for you, the number one song on the Billboard charts is a big surprise. Tell you what it is. Coming up next, Mason in Ireland, Andy in for John, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. I want to talk.
And it is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Anything new on Otani? Do we got anybody? Anybody talking? Any loose lips?
Dave Roberts is talking.
You
can ask him.
Dave will give us
I think
an
he's
update.
got a press conference scheduled at 3:15.
Nice.
Just to clarify what he talked about.
Correct. double down on. Yes, we absolutely did have a meeting. So, hey, number one song in America, it's Christmas season. So, of course, not number one.
What?
Not number one. There is a brand new number one song for the holidays. No, Mariah was number one last week. This week, this is the number one song in America. Came out 65 years ago, and it is now the number one song on the Billboard Hot 100.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not this one? Pull that one down.
Good afternoon.
It's not this one?
Good afternoon. Just let one fly and you'll be smiling.
This should be the number one song. Especially for this show.
If you've not watched the movie Spirited, it is on Netflix,
Apple
right?
TV+.
Apple TV, Apple Plus. And it has got Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell in a hilarious Christmas musical that John Ireland refuses to watch no matter how many times we tell him to watch it.
And what's amazing is that this is a John Ireland movie. It would
is
be
so
perfect.
John Ireland.
It's the most John Ireland movie that's out there.
Broadway John.
Yeah.
Loves a good number.
He would absolutely love it.
Yeah, he
refuses
really
to
would.
watch
He
it.
refuses to watch it.
I think it's
I
because
don't
we
know why.
keep telling him.
I was
going
gonna
to
say
watch it.
why? Why does he refuse to watch it?
I don't. You know,
Sometimes
he's just obstinate, stubborn.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was okay, but maybe I'll rewatch it and then I'll be
It's
like,
good for the holidays. Anybody watch the Eddie Murphy one yet?
No.
Eddie
Candy Cane
Murphy's
Lane?
Eddie Murphy's got a new Christmas movie. Did you watch it, Brian?
I didn't, but my fiance's grandma was watching it, and
Yeah.
I walked in and saw bits and pieces of it,
Yeah.
and she wasn't a fan of it.
Okay,
What I
so-
heard was, eh.
So, and who is this? This was
my fiance's grandmother.
okay. So now this is like Rotten Tomatoes. Brian's fiance's grandmother did not like it.
Well, if it ends up
thumbs down.
If it ends up with less than 50%, it could end up reviewed
that
on
podcast,
Cinephobe.
yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys watch the Ludacris one?
No. Is there's a ludicrous one?
Is this the audience to be watching the ludicrous
No,
Christmas
isn't it like
movie?
is it a Lifetime one?
I think we saw it on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I just you say am I the wrong? I had dinner with Ludacris.
Where's the song for Lie of the Day?
No.
What?
I had
Thank
dinner
you.
with Ludacris at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. I had dinner with Ludacris. We just called him Chris. And
sure you did.
Paul Haggis, the director of Crash. It's
Call him Hag?
No, it's when Ludacris was in Crash. Crash, right?
He was in Crash, yes.
And so it was at the International Film Festival, and I was at the same table with Ludacris and
Now, that's
with
a
Paul
serious
Haggis.
movie. He's going by
That's
Chris
dope.
Bridges for that one.
Chris, exactly. He was credited as Chris Bridges.
This is not a Fast and the Furious.
No,
Where's
no, it's
Luda?
not. Where he's like, his car is. Oh no!
Shohei Otani, no news.
No,
But I have the 2-minute report from last night's Lakers game.
Interesting.
So, in terms of a personal foul on Booker, when Booker stepped to Reeves, Booker steps to Reeves' space, but Reeves loses his balance on his own and not as a result of any illegal contact initiated by Booker. Correct non-call. In terms of the stoppage, the timeout, Lakers is granted a timeout when Reeves recovers the ball and pins it against his leg before he loses it again. Correct call.
Oh, bull.
That's CYA right there.
That is the
It
worst.
says CC. Correct call.
That 2-minute report is full of crap.
Doo-doo.
They're saying it's the correct call?
They're saying that he somehow had
LeBron James
possession of
stoppage,
the
timeout.
ball.
Yep, it's the correct call.
So LeBron happened to call timeout at the exact moment that the ball was pinned to Reeves' legs at an angle where, by the way, LeBron might not have even been able to see it.
Correct.
I mean, that's possible, but he called timeout, so it's the
And here's
correct
the
call
thing.
according to the 2-minute report that we all love.
But if you watch the video, it's clearly wrong.
It's the wrong call.
It's the wrong call.
Well,
I mean, I
okay,
think
if you-
Booker fouled Reeves, so that
I mean, I don't care.
And also,
we
it went
benefited
off,
from it.
and also Booker kicked the ball again, and that didn't get called. So it's either
Devin
way,
Booker
it's
in the
fine.
first half should have been called for a loose ball foul where he could have injured D'Angelo Russell.
Right.
Like he managed to get away with that. So
LeBron threw a ball at Booker's leg. He kicked it there. They didn't call a kick ball there.
Well, I think they were saying that LeBron purposely threw it to Booker's legs.
There was a cutter.
I'm just telling you what they said.
Yeah, I know what they said. Yeah, the 2-minute report is garbage.
It's right there. It says it. Correct call.
See, trash. That's trash.
Are you calling an NBA
No, I'm
referee
calling
garbage?
the 2-minute report garbage. Trash.
That's what it says.
Yeah, it is CYA.
It's such CYA.
But you know what? We're the beneficiary.
Carry your
Cover
your. Oh, okay, got it.
Yes. You really didn't know CYA?
I did not.
Wow.
But now I do.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
So use it as much as you want.
Yeah, we're going to.
Good.
So, do you know what the odds are for the tournament?
The Lakers at one point had been 6-1, at least with one service that I saw. The service that I saw had the Lakers as 6-1 to win the whole tournament, and they were 1.5-point favorites against Phoenix.
Okay, here's what I got. Milwaukee is the favorite to win the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8-5. The Lakers are the second pick at 21-10. So that may be close. I don't know how to figure that out.
8-5 versus 21-10. It's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
New Orleans is third at 15-4, and Indiana's the long shot at 9-2. Who do you think the favorite is to win the MVP?
LeBron.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, he wants to win this thing because he wants to be attached to the history of it just in case this becomes a big part of NBA culture.
Yeah.
I called this like a month ago.
You really did.
Yeah. And I will let everybody know.
It's like me and Mason Crosby.
Yes, you did call that.
I did call that. It's like me and Danton Lynn.
Also
called
called
one, too.
that.
Bergman, I'm on a roll.
You've are like 3 for 3 in your last 3 predictions.
Which is rare.
And you also won a parlay, a 4-team parlay.
4-leg parlay.
Did you?
Yeah.
He did.
I'm white hot.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was during one of the games, and I bet like the over this and the under that.
That's hard to hit 4 legs.
It is. It's very hard. Ireland never does it, even though he considers himself to be Captain Parlay. Lakers, by the way, 2.5-point favorites over New Orleans. And Milwaukee, a 4-point favorite over Indiana. So both games considered to be pretty tight.
Pelicans have been playing really well once they've gotten everyone back.
Yeah. LeBron's the favorite to win MVP. Giannis is second. Then Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, Brandon Ingram, Anthony Davis, and Zion Williamson.
That sounds about right.
Those are the favorites to win the most valuable player in the play-in or in the tournament, which is tomorrow night, and has added a lot of juice to the season. But you know what I didn't, Greg. I'm not talking enough about Fifth Row Fridays. You got to remind me.
Can you talk about Fifth Row Fridays?
So we have got fifth row seats to see Lakers versus Miami on January 3rd. If you can answer all 5 questions about this week's show. So there'll be one question for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. And then Friday at 3:30, you call in. If you can answer all 5 questions, you're in the fifth row for Lakers Miami on January 3.
That's a good game.
One of the best prizes we give away, if not the best prize we give away.
Do we have a question for today?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
We talked about it earlier.
Well, you're supposed to play along.
Oh,
so it's
okay, I'll play along.
Anything before 3 o'clock then. So
Yeah.
anything after 3 o'clock, you don't have to listen anymore.
Right.
because
If
it's not
you're
a part of it.
going through the podcast
thanks
and
for that.
taking notes, it's before 3 o'clock.
Well, he could be lying. He doesn't have to be truthful right now.
No, it's real.
You
Before 3
You
o'clock.
blew the bit. Though.
I did.
It's like blowing a tease. You get mad at me when I blow your tease, and this is what happens. You ruined my bit. I'm annoying Mace right now. You can see it in his face.
Okay.
Joel B is gonna be so excited by it.
Moving on. Do you realize that this weekend in the NFL, we are going to see some of the worst quarterbacks in NFL history, some of the worst quarterback matchups in history?
Lay it on me.
Okay. And I can't even remember who some of these guys play for because there have been so many quarterbacks. So there's Bailey Zapp,
Patriots.
New Orleans, New England.
versus Mitch Trubisky, which is Pittsburgh, I think. right?
Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
There's C.J. Beathard, who we just saw.
Jacksonville. But is that confirmed? But I saw that C.J. Beathard is limited practice.
Oh, C.J. Beathard is limited?
He's also limited, so it might not be him.
It may even be somebody down from Trevor Lawrence. And
Is Trevor Lawrence now out?
No, he's not out.
I was going to say.
Well, is he ruled out for
He
Sunday?
is not ruled out.
Okay.
But he
that
has a
looked
long way to
awful.
go.
It looked so bad.
Yeah, it looked
It's
really
just
bad.
a high ankle sprain, which is still really bad.
How about this one? Gardner Minshew versus Jake Browning.
Jake Browning looked terrific
And by the way,
Monday.
Gardner Minshew has been really good.
Gardner Minshew.
Indianapolis, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew is a luxury backup quarterback. Like, he's a really, really good option. Browning looked fantastic.
How about Josh Dobbs versus that guy from Oakland?
Aiden O'Connell?
Aiden O'Connell,
yeah.
I saw the A, and I'm like, what is that, Alan?
You said Adrian the other day, and then I was like,
Adrian.
The way you are talking about Josh Dobbs shows how quickly all this can turn. Because like 2 weeks ago, everybody was celebrating Josh Dobbs as this incredible story.
Pastronaut.
Yes, and now you're like, Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs. Well, I hope he's terrible because the Rams got to pass Minnesota in the standings. And the last one here is Bryce Young versus Jameis Winston. Ooh.
Bryce Young has been so bad.
So bad. I think that's, and I know they've doubled down and said, no, he's our guy. And what choice do they have? Because they already traded their number one pick.
Right.
So Bryce Young is going to be their quarterback, and I don't see it there at all.
I mean, look, it is certainly possible that he could have a really rough rookie season, learn a lot from it, and then moving forward be okay. But, man, this season's been brutal for him.
So here's the thing about drafting quarterbacks. The success rate's about 50% if you draft a quarterback high in the draft.
Yeah.
And it's like here, C.J. Stroud was the guy you wanted. They went Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud has been fantastic.
And look, sometimes it has to do with where you end up going. Like, is your organization well run? The Panthers are a horribly run
bad
organization. I'm not saying that if Bryce Young goes somewhere more stable, he's automatically going to be playing better. But it really helps to go somewhere that's well run.
Tell me what you think of this. And there are quarterback injuries across the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what former Ravens Super Bowl champion quarterback Trent Dilfer says. He says, it's ironic, right? They changed the game. They made it soft. All these crazy penalties on quarterbacks to keep them safe, and they're more hurt than ever. Funny how that works. It just shows you when you legislate stuff without knowing all the reasons, it backfires on you.
You know what this reminds me of? The way load management, and I think it gets too loosely defined,
Yes.
but broadly speaking, load management has seemingly not led to any reduction of injuries.
Right.
Like it doesn't seem to have helped at all. And, in the meantime, something like an in-season tournament seems to be having more guys readily available than anything with load management.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Bergman? They've made too many rules, and that's why quarterbacks are getting hurt.
Yes, partly.
You think the rules are actually hurting the injury situation?
There's just too many rules just in general. But, I mean, wait, but why would it hurt the quarterback?
That's what he's saying. So the rules are to protect the quarterback.
Correct.
He's saying that
they're hurting the quarterback?
That actually the rules have backfired.
This is my guess. What Dilfer means is because these guys don't get there's so many rules about where they can be hit, how they can be hit, how often they can be hit. They don't become accustomed to getting hit, so their bodies don't get used to being hit. Therefore, when they are hit, they often become more injured, or their bodies just don't become used to the general physicality of football.
So you think quarterbacks need to be hit more?
I mean, look, these rules were put in place to keep Tom Brady healthy.
Correct.
They worked.
Yeah,
they worked.
They worked, but I don't think that's causing more injuries. That doesn't.
Well, this
really
is the theory that a lot of people have with load management. I mean, I've even heard Paul George talk about this. Because
he's somebody you get hurt more.
Well, yeah, I've heard Paul George talk about because he came into the league before. Again, broadly speaking, load management was in vogue. He came in around the time, like when Kobe was playing, and there weren't this many players missing games for maintenance. He has said that he felt like earlier in his career, his body was better equipped to handle a lot of an NBA season than right now.
So the thing that's really hurting a lot of players, it's not even just quarterbacks and like running backs too. They're doing that butt drop thing where they wrap around you and they just completely drop.
Yeah.
That's what's causing a lot of the problems. So there's a lot of talk amongst
So is
the
it like
league.
the rugby tackle you're talking about?
Yeah, so you grab onto them and then you just drop down and it's hurting people's legs and ankles.
But this may be, whether Dilfer means it or not, like specifically this could become a byproduct of legislating how you're allowed to hit these guys.
Yep.
There's so many different places where you can't hit a quarterback, can't hit him below. You run out of ways to actually tackle them.
You have to perfectly in a 10-inch spot.
Right. So
from your
that's
chest
where you start
to your waist.
That's where you
right,
start.
But how does that lead to more injuries? That doesn't make any sense.
Because you're forced now to. This would be the theory. You're forced now to tackle guys in a certain way that leads to what Greg was talking about, like the butt
drop.
down. Injury,
whatever
like
they call it,
and whatever pressure it puts on the legs, like that would be the theory.
There's been a lot of injuries in this year based on that move specifically.
See, my personal thought is there's a lot of these kids today in this These kids today are soft. And these kids don't play in the era that we used to get hit.
Trent Dilfer is respectfully a very big these kids today personality.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hate these kids
I think
today.
so. I've always gotten that impression of Trent Dilfer. Very kids these days.
Yeah, I cannot stand kids these days. I mean, no, I you know what I meant.
You can't stand the kids these days people.
Attitude,
yeah,
right.
I don't like it either.
I actually, I didn't want to go here, but I'm going to go here. So Aaron Rodgers was doing an interview. And by the way, he's upset that people are saying maybe he's not as hurt as...
That he didn't tear his Achilles?
Right, that is not fully, and that's why he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back now, is he?
I've seen reports that he's not coming back, but Rodgers would never be the one to confirm those reports.
Well, they're 4-8. Why are you?
Why come back? That's the big thing. Why bother?
We were hearing Zach Wilson didn't even want to come back.
Yeah, no, it's true.
He's
he
now
is
the
coming
starter.
back.
He
is coming back. Do you have that piece of sound I'm thinking of there? So Aaron Rodgers, this is just a little nugget, and I want to use this to spin out of a these kids today conversation. Hit it, Brian.
There's still people that don't think you tore your Achilles. Will we ever get a photo of the Achilles being just ripped?
Listen, we're on YouTube now, so let me just say it to anybody out there that didn't think I tore my Achilles. GFY.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh, what does that
Go,
mean? The first
go
word
blank
is go, and the last word is yourself.
Finger in the middle.
The middle is probably what you're not doing, living in your parents' basement.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get to. I would like to defend people that are living in their parents' basements. Everybody likes to make that gag, and there are people that are listening right now who do live with their families. And the reality is, it's expensive. Life is expensive right now.
Yes.
I get why kids stay at home. And by the way, that's the way it used to be. It used to be you'd stay at home until you got a job and then you left. Now you're supposed to be out the door when you're 18 years old and never come back. No, I understand why people live in their parents' basements or in their house.
Look at me, Mr. 1%er with my torn Achilles, telling everyone else how to live.
Right. Attacking people who live in their basements. I'd like
people
to defend
with 2 healthy Achilles living with their parents.
I'd like to defend basement dwellers everywhere. Bergman, how do you feel about the kids in the basements?
I'm stand with the kids in the basements.
I am pro basement kids.
I'm totally with you.
What about basement adults?
Anti-Rodgers nonsense.
Yes.
What about basement adults? The adults living with their parents in
They're
the
fine
basement.
too.
I think they're okay. Like, in my family, everybody lived at home. Like, I remember my pappy's I told this recently, so not the same story. But my pappy's pappy lived in their house on a couch, and he had the sugar diabetes. That's why.
Well, okay. Norman Lear, the great television director,
Sure, he's
creator.
still alive. I think he's like 100 years old.
No, he
isn't
just died today.
Did he?
Just-
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What a legend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
It was today, right?
Yes, it was
He
today.
just died. Well, hail fellow, well met.
True
Unbelievable.
icon.
Yeah.
Like true groundbreaker, game changer. But All in the Family, the show he is best associated with, that had these 2 kids, 2 adults, Gloria Stivic and her husband, Meathead, Michael.
Yes, Michael.
They were living in the house with Archie and Edith.
Exactly.
Like
they were kind of like basement kids.
And Aaron Rodgers would look down his nose on those 2.
If you are living in your basement right now,
you know what? If you're
if you're living in mom and dad's basement, we're your guys.
If you are living in your basement, you tell Aaron Rodgers GFY.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
All right, coming up next, the professional athlete that lost almost $2 million in just 5 hours. Tell you who it is next and how he did it. Mason in Ireland, Andy in for John, 710 ESPN.
The 12.
Sedano box or Cappy.
Pick a holiday box in the 710 studio.
All right, congratulations to thanks, by the way, to Michelle Smallman. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Jose Montano from Whittier. Jose, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Appreciate it. What's up?
All right, all is good, man. So you've got a choice right now. You can choose the Travis box, the Sliwa box, me, Ireland, Shadano, Cappy. What box do you choose?
Let's go with the Mason box.
The Mason box. Let's see what's in it.
The Mason box.
The Mason box.
Here we go. Let's see what's inside the box. Congratulations. You win a pair of tickets to the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk at SoFi Stadium on December 16th. Don't miss the action when UCLA battles Boise State. Suites and tickets are available now. Come early and visit the Fan Fest. Visit LABowlGame.com for more information on tickets and game day activities. Plus, you get a gift card from our friends at Islands. That's what's in the box, Jack.
All right, congratulations, Jose. You're a winner today.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I'm excited.
Okay, Jose Montano from Whittier is our winner.
The 12 days of 710.
The 12 days of 710.
It's the season of winning on 710.
Way to go, Jose.
It's not bad.
No. Whenever you hear Michelle Smallman from Unsportsmanlike, she'll cue you up and you call in and you pick a box.
It's in the box.
What's in the box?
You missed the thing again.
What did I miss?
What station takes care of you during the season of winning?
Oh, God. These
That's
slogans.
2 in a row. 2 days in a row, missed it.
Why do I have to say what's exactly on this page?
Because that's part of it. It's on there for a reason. It wasn't written on there for fun.
I
just want to put extra work.
said, congratulations, Jose. Then you played the thing. Why do I have to say, okay, Jose, you've just won prize. Congratulations. What station takes care of you during the season of winning?
Because we wanted to say what station takes care of you during the season of winning, and they say 710 ESPN.
Fine.
Just go along with it, man.
You know. By the way, all day Bergman's been irritating me.
Doesn't take much, but I didn't. Should be the first time. The other ones were a little bit.
You get under my skin.
That's nothing new. 8 years worth of it.
It is. It's been going on a long time. All right. So John Daly, remember John Daly?
Oh yeah,
golfing guy, kind of man of the people.
We were talking about smoking at the top of the show.
Smoking, drinking beers on the course,
yeah.
all that stuff. So he had or has, I'm not sure which, a real gambling habit.
Yes, he did.
So listen to this. He lost $1.65 million in 5 hours.
Oh.
He was playing the slots.
He lost $1.5 million playing slots?
$5,000 per spin.
I honestly did not even know you could do that.
$5,000 per spin on a slot machine.
I seriously, I had no idea that even existed as an option for slots.
I've never heard. Bergman, have you ever heard of a $5,000 a spin slot machine?
I mean, I guess only in those high roller rooms. You know, like they have the rooms that are
yeah, right.
But I've never been in there. I can't do those. But 5,000, it's way too big.
1.65. You know, gambling is great. I don't like to do it a lot, but it's fun to do some.
Yeah, it's much better with mythical money.
It is great with mythical money.
I hate slot machines.
Do
I
you?
find slot machines so boring. I never understand if I've won or I didn't win. Like it'll come down and sometimes it'll be 3 of the same thing in a row. And I'm like, winner! And nothing happens.
Yeah, I never understand.
You're on the wrong slots.
I never understand. They draw lines all over the place.
I don't get it.
There's an apple, there's
versions.
a cherry, there's a gremlin, there's a
bar.
A bar.
Sometimes there's wilds, but there's like progressive slots where you kind of get different things. Oh, yeah. It's a ton of fun. If you actually get into it, it's a lot of fun.
My mom loves the slots.
You should go with, if you ever go back to Yamava, when we go back to Yamava with Lindsay Baseball, it is a ton of fun.
I heard she gets on a roll sometimes.
She does get it. She wins money.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, you know, I do like playing cards. Like I'm going to go to Vegas this weekend. I'll play a few hours of cards, and that's enough.
I love playing cards.
To me, the advantage of poker, or the reason I like playing poker at casinos is that it's the only game where the house has no advantage.
Yeah.
You're playing the other people at the table. You're not playing against the house. Like if you play blackjack, what are the odds? It's like 54.
I don't know, 54, 46?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it's leaning towards the house.
And the problem with blackjack, too, is you are in some ways relying on the other people at the table knowing what they're doing.
Right.
If you get people at your table who play really wild, really loose, whatever, they can mess it up for you.
Yes.
Then it becomes a problem, and it doesn't even matter how good you are.
See, I don't believe in that.
Oh, it absolutely
I
does.
don't believe in the thing where, that guy played the wrong card, so it's going to screw me. The odds are the same regardless.
No, that's real.
Why is that real?
Because let's say he's showing a 5.
Okay.
And you get, you get a 17 or something. You hit again, and you get it, and you bust with like a king.
Right.
You took that king that would have busted him.
Yeah, but the reverse can happen just as easily.
Right. It's not
He
about.
could have taken the king, and you got.
It's not about the outcome, though. It's about the process.
You want them to lose. You want the house to lose.
Right. You're not.
You do. Yes.
Yeah. The goal is not to get to 21. The goal is for the house to bust.
Yeah. Now I do know.
Exactly.
I do know one guy that makes money. I know personally one guy who makes money playing blackjack, but he's a counter.
Really?
It's tough.
He counts cards.
Tough.
It is really tough.
With
but he
6
does
shoes, he can count.
He practices.
I would love to be a blackjack counter.
He does.
I would love to do that.
He practices.
Did you watch that movie,
counting.
21?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
it's pretty good where they're counting, where they put
The
their arms
book,
behind their back.
the book is actually better.
Ben
The
Mesrick
book is
wrote the
much
book.
better.
The book is. It's called Bringing Down the House.
Yeah,
it's
really good.
fantastic.
Plus, I think Kevin Spacey is in the movie.
Yes,
so
he
that
is.
sucks.
Yeah, so you just kind of
That's
have to stop
over. I don't
watching.
like to talk about any Kevin Spacey.
But yeah,
movie.
Bringing Down the House, fantastic book.
So that's so weird. You won't watch Kevin Spacey movies because of all the stuff.
I won't. Kevin
just said you
Spacey
won't-
had great performances, right?
Right,
And so
American Beauty.
He's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Usual Suspects.
That great movie. You won't watch it anymore?
There's just creepy stuff.
Okay, sure, but that's why I won't watch things with Mel Gibson. And Ireland's like, how can you watch it?
I'm not critical of you.
Oh no, you're not. I'm just saying, like that's your thing. You won't watch it for him. I won't watch Mel Gibson for that.
Yeah, but Usual Suspects is still.
Oh, it's so good.
He's really good.
It's one of the great screenplays ever written. Christopher McQuarrie wrote that screenplay. It's fantastic.
Is it still good, 20 times or whatever later after knowing what's going to happen?
Yes, because that last couple of moments where
he's just walking.
He's walking
like,
and he starts limping
yeah.
and then he starts walking.
This is one of the rare times where I feel like I figured out something before the rest of the world. Like, The Sixth Sense, for example, that twist.
I knew it right away.
I didn't know that.
I knew he was dead.
I did not know that.
In the middle of it, I was like, that guy's dead.
I wanted to stand up in the middle of the theater and say, he's dead.
Well, I figured out, though, who Kaiser Sose was. I figured that out before.
Did you really?
Yes.
I did not.
Yes.
But did you figure it out from all the things on the wall, or did you figure it out just because you thought it was who?
No.
Was?
Okay. I mean, we're going past spoiler alerts, correct?
Spoiler.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay. There was the first time all these guys start talking about Kaiser Sose. Remember, Stephen Baldwin and Benicio del Toro, they all have these different reactions towards hearing about Kaiser Sose. They're either fearful or, they know everything about him. And Kevin Spacey's reaction is, who's Kaiser Sose? And I'm like, wait a minute, you're the one hardened criminal who's never heard of this crime lord? Immediately I was like, okay, that doesn't read right.
So you called it.
I did call it.
So,
like LeBron wanting to win the tournament.
Exactly, same thing. By the way, you know what else is a great screenplay? LA Confidential.
Now that is a Kevin Spacey movie
There's another Kevin Spacey movie.
It's a phenomenal movie and I will look past all of it because it's a great movie and Spacey's really good in it.
Yeah. By the way, I led up to that on purpose. Right now on the Culture Pop podcast, Brian Helgeland, who wrote LA Confidential, has a brand new movie called Finest Kind. It is out on Paramount Plus on December 15th. Very good movie.
That's a good get.
Yeah, it's really good.
LA Confidential is my favorite LA-based movie.
See, it's my second because Chinatown is my first.
I know.
Yeah.
But a movie where it being in LA really shapes the story.
Yep.
LA Confidential is my favorite.
It's a great one.
It's phenomenal,
Yeah.
but so is Chinatown.
Do we have anything new on Otani?
There's no new news.
No new news. All right, coming up next for you, the tournament. No, let's do this. There was an injury in the Lions-Saints game, and it's completely avoidable. I'll explain. Coming up next. Mason in Ireland, Andy in for John, 710 ESPN. So I have got the privilege of working with the LA County Department of Mental Health. And the timing is perfect because it's the holidays, and some people have great holidays. Sometimes it brings back bad memories. Sometimes there's loneliness, or you feel anxious or depressed or overwhelmed, all that kind of stuff. And here's the thing, I say it all the time, the most important thing you can do if you're dealing with a mental health issue is tell somebody. And the LA County Department of Mental Health is here to help too, with free emotional support, service referrals, and crisis counseling. There's a 24/7 hotline, 800-854-7771. You can go to dmh.lacounty.gov. We all care about hope and recovery and well-being. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Yo, everybody, what's going on?
Search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Andy Kamenetsky is in for Ireland. We're getting ready for Vegas tomorrow night. Lakers versus Pelicans. They've made the Final Four with a dramatic, exciting, thrilling game last night at Crypto.com Arena.
Beyond just getting to the semifinals of this tournament in Vegas, it also gave you an idea of what this team can look like as at full strength, for how I think full strength is going to be defined for the immediate future.
Right.
And if nothing else, man, defensively, they can be really disruptive.
Yeah, they've added everybody back. The only guy that's not there is Gabe Vincent. Defensively, they've been really, really good. Even guys you wouldn't expect, like Max Christie has turned into a very pesky defender.
He is. And Cam Reddish has really found a lane as somebody who is just really, really disruptive. He can be physical. He was really irritating Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Devin Booker looked like he wanted to swing at Reddish during this game.
So real quick, you said there's a brand new article that is posted on The Athletic about Shohei Otani.
Fabian Ardaya.
Yep.
I hope I'm pronouncing
good
his
writer,
name correctly.
It's correct.
Very good writer. Covers the Dodgers for The Athletic. Going through a report of his, a lot is sort of a recap of things that we know, mainly that Dave Roberts spoke about this when he shouldn't have.
That's the
was
national
asked.
conversations
Right.
Dave Roberts
And
talked
there's a
too much.
lot in there that is recapping the things that Roberts said that we know that he said. But a couple things jumped out at me. First, quote, having the opportunity to meet with Otani was nothing short of a formality. The franchise has coveted the two-way superstar for close to a decade and has assembled an arsenal capable of striking on what will, in all likelihood, be the biggest free agency in the sport's history. So with that, I'm just taking, it seems like Otani is looking to meet a lot of different teams, but not necessarily committing or showing his hand that much in any direction.
Right.
Quote, this is how the report ends, whether it winds up having any impact on the most consequential decision of the offseason remains to be seen, talking about Roberts speaking about this.
Right.
No matter how innocuous Roberts' comments seemingly were, but one thing is clear, in a market shrouded in mystery, the Dodgers are prominent figures.
Okay. I'm not sure anything actually was breaking there. But.
No, but just here's what was important.
Right.
There was nothing from this that led me to believe that Roberts speaking out of turn took the Dodgers out of contention.
Yes.
That is what I think is really important. Even if the meeting was to some degree a formality on Otani's part, that they don't seem to be out of it matters.
Yeah. So that's the very latest in Shohei Otani. We're just waiting. John Morosi says end of the weekend. He'll have it by the end of the weekend.
He's doing a
his
Friday
decision.
news dump. I'm telling you.
Is end of the weekend Saturday, or is it, if it ends on Sunday,
Oh,
does it count as
yeah,
Sunday?
no, it depends. The weekend is Sunday, so it'd be the end of Sunday.
He's going to do it either in the middle of the NBA in-season tournament
or
finals.
in the middle of an NFL Sunday.
Right, like
with LeBron in to try and take the LeBron noise away. Okay.
No. He wants the LeBron noise. He wants it to be as noisy as possible because Otani wants as little. He wants as little attention as possible.
What would get more noise? LeBron in the in-season tournament or Otani signing? Otani signing.
Otani signing.
Right, but here's the thing.
That would overshadow anything that LeBron's
right,
doing,
but
I think.
there's nothing that Otani can do short of just never revealing where he's going to be until spring training.
I think he should do that.
That would be great. Just commit to the
let's get it over with.
Commit to the bit like Morales would say.
None of these other guys can sign until Otani signs. And by the way, the Dodgers also have plans. If they don't get Otani, maybe they get the Japanese pitcher Yamamoto.
Yeah, of course. I would love to see Yamamoto, but I would just like Otani to wait because John Heyman said it would be today. He said it would be in the first 2 or 3 days.
Did he say it would be today?
Didn't he say it was like in the first
by the
3
end
days?
of the winter meetings?
No. He said by the before the it was something like 3 days, the next 3 days or something like that.
Boy, you do not like John Heyman.
No, because he's always wrong.
He did say that, actually. I do remember.
Yeah, he said it was in 3 days.
I think it was on Monday. He said, in 3 days, within the next 3
Heyman's
days.
like Sports Illustrated. You can't trust anything.
Is Heyman AI?
Heyman AI.
He's been AI the whole time.
Yeah, there is no John Heyman. It's AI.
I think most people would be happy about that.
So I liked what what Chris Russo said about Shohei Otani this morning on First Take. It's a quick clip. Listen.
What is this, the atomic bomb? We're not allowed to find out. This is baseball. He's a celebrity. This is what it's about. This is stupid.
It is stupid. He's right. I mean, the game, look, this is for the best of the game, right? The best thing for the game of baseball is for this to be a big show.
But it's not necessarily the best thing for Shohei Otani. Like, if he does not enjoy that, I'm sorry, he's not obligated to put himself out there more than he feels comfortable just for the betterment of the game. What he does for the betterment of the game is do things nobody in Major League Baseball history has ever done. If that's not good enough to build the game, the game might be dead.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you want obscurity, the Angels are your team.
Sure.
If you don't want attention, you don't want to be in Los Angeles, California playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The attention and the buzz and the celebrity is going to happen no matter what.
Well, this, though, is something I think is really interesting with Otani. Like the idea that maintaining this level of secrecy about somebody who is literally a global superstar.
Right.
Like he's an icon in one country. He's a massive deal in this country. That has to be an exhausting thing for a team. Like to some degree, like this is a real, I say this without judgment towards Otani. It's very high maintenance, like in the most literal sense.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of maintenance involved with allowing Otani this type of privacy in a 24/7 media environment in a major sport. Like whatever team does this, whether it continues to be the Angels or if it is the Dodgers, that can be exhausting.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure this is an exhausting undertaking for the Angels and, again, for whatever team ends up with Otani in the future.
Right. Plus, it's a top secret operation. It's a black bag operation.
It is. It's a CIA black bag op.
It is. It is.
I got a little bit of news on Juan Soto.
Okay.
So the delay on the Juan Soto trade is coming from San Diego's side as they review medicals information.
So just to make clear, he's been traded to the Yankees. Now they're looking at medicals.
They're looking at medicals, and it's on the Yankees players. And people are saying...
Oh, the players that are coming back from the Yankees, they're medicals, yeah.
They're wary of Thorpe's shoulder, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Thorpe's
right
shoulder has always been a problem.
Usually that's what they say about Thorpe.
Thorpe.
Bad shoulder.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to do one last thing before you go to Game of Games. I know I'm going long here, but I just wanted to get this out here. I kind of stole this a little bit from Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee goes on about this.
You're not going to wear sleeves tomorrow?
No, I'm still in a sleeve world. So there was an injury at the New Orleans-Detroit game. Dislocated a knee, the guy that was holding the stick, right? So you measure and you have the stick and then you move the stick.
Right.
Why do we need a stick? Why? I mean, there's a chip in the ball. Why do we not just use the chip in the ball and get rid of this idea of it's two guys with sticks measuring first downs? Like you actually have a chip in the ball. It'll tell you exactly where the first down is.
It's theater and showmanship.
Oh, my God.
I'm just telling you, that's the answer. That's the reason why you don't do it. It's the same reason that you have an umpire behind home plate when it's become clear we could just use the technology to call the strikes. You lose that drama. The drama is part of the game.
And I mean, come on, the bring it out and measure it.
People are you kidding?
It's like there's a chip. It'll tell you you made it or you didn't make it.
The chip isn't exciting to watch. The people with the sticks measuring it, that is exciting.
You know what I like? Games with momentum. And anytime the chains come out, it dampens the momentum in the game.
Look, there's if nothing
Plus,
else,
this guy dislocated his knee.
Small price to pay for showmanship and drama.
Bergman, are you with me on the chip?
No, Andy, you are saying that you like and enjoy watching people run out onto the field with the stick.
I'm telling you that's
it's just short. Oh man.
Okay, I'm telling you that's the reason. Even if it's not
You're saying
me
you enjoy
enjoying it, many people enjoy this.
I don't believe anybody tunes
else,
in to see the sticks.
Name me one. There will need to be like generations of NFL football fans who sadly pass and did not grow up with this. And then maybe you could just go to the chip.
We've all been watching football a long time. I've never said they really better not get rid of those.
But you get caught up in that measure, whether you know it or not.
I'm done with football.
Whether you know it or not, whether you know it or not, you get caught up watching that measurement. Don't tell me that you don't. You do.
If they just want to, the chip in the ball,
pointing my finger,
short,
you
like
got the finger.
The chip in the ball says this. Okay, we move on.
Instantaneously, the chip in the ball. You made it. You didn't make it. We don't stop for the
But that's
chains.
not building showmanship and drama. That's the reason it happens.
The drama is the
Shortening
game,
games,
not the
lengthening.
measuring.
It's all part of the Zaz, baby.
The Zaz? We'll end there.
Wasn't that a guy on Winning Time?
Zastro was the bad element. Yeah, he was the bad guy.
The Zaz, baby.
All right, coming up next, going to do game games. Is it my game today?
It's Brian's.
That was yours.
It's mine.
I thought it was Brian's.
I got a good one. I got a good one. We'll do it coming up next, and then we'll do some super crosstalk. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
When I'm
#1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. Andy Kamenetsky is in here for Ireland. Bergman's going to play. Producer Brian, and of course, producer Laura is there as well. So today's game, I've done before. It is a little bit of Radio Family Feud.
Okay, that was fun last time.
Yeah, so I put together some actual Family Feud surveys, and we'll do multiple choice. You've got to pick what the number one answer was, okay? So here's number one. Name an occupation that begins with the letter J. The number one answer is either janitor or judge. Andy, which one is it?
Ooh, that's tough. Is it a 1 and 2?
Judge.
Is it 1 and 2 answers?
Yeah, it's just two answers.
No,
janitor
I mean, like,
or judge.
was it the number 1 and number 2 answer that
Yes.
came off on the board? Okay. Because those are both good. I'm going to go with janitor.
Janitor. Lar.
I'm going to go with janitor as
Janitor. And Brian?
I'm going to go janitor as well.
Janitor is the correct answer. The only one to miss it was Brian.
No,
And janitor.
Andy. That's
I'm
Andy.
sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
I forgot. You're not Brian Kamenetsky.
No. Or Brian Cohen.
For a second there, I thought you were
You
Brian
could have gotten away
Kamenetsky.
with it if you said Brian Cohen, who's right across.
Yes.
Right.
Number two. Name something an athlete might break. The number one answer is either a bone or a record, Bergman. A bone or a record.
It's got to be bone.
Bone. Lar?
Record.
Record. Brian?
Bone.
Bone. Andy? Bone or record?
Record.
The correct answer is break a bone.
Oh.
Andy scoreless. Bergman 2, Brian 2, Laura 1. Number 3. Name something in a bakery that a baker might call his wife. The number one answer is either honey buns or cupcake. Honey buns or cupcake, Laura.
Cupcake.
Cupcake. Brian.
Let's go honey buns.
Honey buns. Andy.
Cupcake.
Cupcake. And Bergman.
I want to say cupcake, but Andy said cupcake. He's been wrong.
Oh,
Good
dang.
barometer.
I'll go cupcake.
The correct answer, honey bun.
Wow.
See, Andy?
Let's go.
Always opposite Andy.
I'm a mole working for Brian.
Producer Brian is winning this thing with 3. Bergman 2, Laura 1, Andy yet to scratch. Number 4. Name something you might see a commercial for during a baseball game. Commercial for during a baseball game. The number 1 answer is either a car or baseball jerseys. A car or baseball jerseys. We start with producer Brian.
Car.
Andy.
The answer has to be car.
Car. Bergman.
God, you're messing with me again, Andy. I'll go car still, though.
Car. And Laura?
You do it again to me.
Should be that, but I'm going to go jersey.
Laura, you should have gone with the crowd.
Nice.
You got on the board, Andy.
Number 1 answer is car.
Very exciting.
There
Brian,
you go.
4, Bergman 3, Andy 1, Laura 1. Next one, name.
That's 2, right?
I don't know anymore.
Name an occasion where parents force their kids to wear a certain outfit. The number 1 answer is either Easter or a wedding. Easter or a wedding. Name the occasion where parents force their kids to wear a certain outfit. Andy, which one is it?
Weddings happen more often, but I feel like the Easter thing is more of a hassle, so I'm going Easter.
Easter. Bergman.
My first thought was Easter when you asked the question.
So
Easter. I'm going Easter.
Easter. Laura.
I should go Easter, but I need to catch up, so I'm going to go wedding.
Wedding. And Brian.
I'm going to go Easter, too.
Correct answer. A wedding.
Oh!
One with that point.
I needed that point.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't do what Andy does. Number 6. Name something that might come out of your nose when you laugh. Something that might come out of your nose when you laugh. We start with Bergman this time. The number 1 answer is either snot or milk.
Snot.
Bergman says snot. Okay. Laura?
Snot.
Snot. Brian?
Yeah, let's go snot.
Snot. Andy?
Milk.
Yeah, Andy, you are terrible.
I'm trying to catch up at this point.
You're like 4 down.
How many are left?
We've got 3 to go.
3 to go, and what's the score?
It is Brian 5, Bergman 4, Laura 3, Andy 1. Andy, you're out. You're done. You're bad.
That's fair. Anyway. That's very fair.
He's like, all right, whatever.
This is a good one because we've got a boss here. Name the worst quality for a boss to have.
Oh, boy.
The number 1 answer is either micromanager or incompetence. Micromanager or incompetence.
Both awful.
Brian, you're winning. Which one is it?
Let's go micromanagement.
Micromanager. Bergman.
I think it's incompetence.
Incompetence. And Laura.
Okay. Who's winning? Brian.
Brian's
right?
winning.
Brian, what did you say?
Micromanagement.
All right, I'll go the opposite of what he said.
Yeah, Brian was right. It is micromanager. Brian 6, Bergman 4. Bergman, Laura, you're out.
I'm out. It is what it is.
So, Bergman, you need to get the last 2. Here we go. Other than feet. Name something that runs. The number 1 answer is either a car or water. A car or water. Brian, you go first. Name something other than feet that runs.
Let's go water.
Water. Bergman, you got to go the other way, right?
It's car, right? Yeah, I got to.
The correct answer is water. And
Brian
wins.
Let's go, baby.
So I'm not sure. Yep, Brian is leading the month with 2.
That's what I like to hear.
Brian is sneaky smart. All right, do the last just for fun. I stuck this one in here on purpose. Name a word that rhymes with election.
Oh, God.
Clever guy.
It is either.
Is he named your professor? Greg.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it is either selection or erection.
I mean,
it's absolutely erection.
It's 100% erection.
Erection.
Selection.
100% selection.
Wow.
100% selection.
No. When you said it, I was like, yeah, we all went there.
Yeah,
we all went
definitely
there.
did.
Thought, and that's why you put it on there.
Exactly. All right, so there you have it. There's your game of games for today. It is brought to you by our friend Jacob and Ronnie. Remember, if you're in any kind of accident, you need an expert, and that guy is Jacob. He's here for you when you need a big win after an accident. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Let's hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super
There we go. Everybody's in the house. John Ireland joins us now. I think you're in Vegas, right, John?
Just got here. We just hooked up the Comrex, and this is the trial run. If I survive this Super Crosstalk, then I'm on with you for the whole show tomorrow.
So far, so good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
How was the show?
sounded good. The show was probably the best show we've done in 5 years.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was.
Who won Game of Games?
It was Brian Cohen.
Brian's been kind of sneaky good lately.
He's leading the month.
Excellent
We
work,
welcome to
Brian.
the show. DeMarco Farr's here. Cappy's here.
Farr.
So Bergman, Ireland, I heard you last night. There is no question in your call that there's something extra with these tournament games, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, Andy, what do you think? You're talking to a lot of fans. You're doing Locked On Lakers. I definitely think whatever that thing they were going for to put a little more emphasis on the games in November has worked. What do you think?
I think at this point, if you are resisting the idea of the tournament, you're just bucking up against all evidence
You're a
that this thing has
killjoy?
become. Yeah, you just don't want to admit that you're caught up in the thing that the NBA is telling you to get caught up in. Like, you just don't want to admit it. But this has been, and I was skeptical heading into this. Like, I thought this could work, but it would take a while just because it would seem kind of forced and weird at the beginning. I was wrong. Players got super into this because they're competitive psychopaths. And then from there, everything else works itself out.
Yeah, I mean, even LeBron said last night, we got the greatest competitors in the world. You want to fight? Let's fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think LeBron plays 40 minutes, boys, in the entire fourth quarter if it's not an in-season tournament game. Do you?
No. You don't push that. Although, I mean, they don't, obviously, he scored 15 of his 31 in the fourth quarter. I mean,
I needed that so bad for Prize Picks because he had only scored like 2 points in the third quarter. Maybe it was 4 points in the third quarter.
Yep.
I'm like, LeBron, it's 26.5, man. We need you to pick it up here. And thankfully he did. And once he got to 27 points, I was like, I'm good.
Cap, did you stay for the whole game?
Come on, Johnny I.
No,
Mace never does.
Cappy does.
Yeah.
Cappy's smoozing his ass off.
Yeah, and what I do is I put out photographic evidence and video evidence because I want people to know that I've stayed for the entire game.
I take a picture of me outside of crypto at halftime just for video evidence of what I've done.
You guys talking about how some people have resisted the in-season tournament?
Yeah.
You know why that is, in my opinion? Because it's actually somewhat difficult to understand in year one. I keep asking George, explain to me what's happening here.
What don't you understand at this point?
Well, let me explain that I did no homework. You know, understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't look at it and go, okay, so how does this exactly work? And what happens if these guys lose? And then they get to the semifinals? Now it's easy. Yeah. But prior to that, I think many people hated on it because they were like me. They just didn't really look into it. Yeah, they're like, well, what is this all about? But now it's like, this has been so much fun. And knowing that LeBron wants to win,
Yep.
Right.
And look, for me, it would be about the money. For him, it's probably about the legacy.
Well, I'm curious what DeMarco thinks.
Can't it be both?
You made
probably right.
You made a ridiculous amount of money playing football.
Hear that?
And if they were having a postseason,
DeMarco's like, damn right I did.
Tournament.
It's like the money wasn't not ridiculous. I'll tell you that much.
Go ahead. So I thought, if you want to pay me $10,000 to play my chosen sport, you'll get my attention. You want to pay me $500,000? I'm all in. I think $500,000 is absolutely a driving force. What do you think?
If you throw the money out there, absolutely. That was the whole thing with the Pro Bowl. That was way back when. We used to give you 3/4 of nothing and then play the fourth quarter because there's like $60,000 on the line. That was big money back then.
Yeah.
So if you dangle some money after it and it's just playing the game that I love anyway, of course you're going to get me.
Darvin Ham said last night, if there's a bag, guys are going to play really hard for the bag.
Yeah, I am surprised that the players took to it so fast, though.
Well, but think about this, though. Like Torian Prince, for example, he's making about $5 million this season. $500,000 is 10% of his salary. He's getting offered 10%, an extra 10%, for literally just doing his job. or one
Andy,
extra
I
game.
don't know what Max Christie's making, but I would imagine this is 30%, 40%.
You're like Colin Castleton, Maxwell Lewis.
Has it affected ratings? Has
Oh,
it
yeah,
helped the
it's been
NBA?
really
Are they
positive.
making more money off it?
Yeah, the ratings are up, and I'll tell you what, they're hard to turn away from once these games get going. I don't know if you could tell how into it the crowd got, but with about 5 minutes to go, there was nobody sitting.
No. In fact, at that point, that's when I start to make my way in the 710 suite. By the way, if you ever get an invitation to the 710 suite.
Oh, my God, you got to show up.
Take the invitation. Don't turn it down.
This is something I can never experience at a Laker game.
You
I
don't
might have
understand.
To, like, get with Stephanie and go to a Clipper game or something.
No, it's not the same.
No, don't
it's
do
not,
that.
It's not the same. It will not. You will not be able to duplicate what we do during
John.
Laker games. Listen, you don't even duplicate what we do during Rams games. I mean, every time the Rams score, it's a shot at tequila. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole. It's the party suite to be in.
Yeah.
But last night, you get to those last 5 minutes, and now I got to go take my seat next to Jacob and Ronnie and his sons that are there because now it's focus time.
Jacob and Ronnie brings his kids everywhere.
Dude,
He's
those
such
kids
a great
bless
dad.
him.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole Jacob and Ronnie fan of the game thing.
Yeah.
And Jacob's in our suite.
People
He's
sell out for that thing.
Yeah, he's going crazy. Jacob's going crazy. The fans in the stands are going crazy. I'm sitting right next to Jacob hoping that somebody at the Lakers knows where Jacob is so that when they put him up on the Jumbotron, I'm there.
Oh, you could be on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I want to be on with Jacob.
Would you wave like
I
Pepe?
pushed Jacob right out of the way.
Yeah,
he like Pepe Mantilla wave.
Cap is the white Pepe.
Come on.
Pepe.
Hello.
Steal the shine.
So, Ireland, have you heard all this friggin' Otani stuff? I mean,
No,
now...
I've heard nothing
Oh,
today. What's the latest?
Well, people think that Dave Roberts sunk the ship because he talked about it yesterday. And
ridiculous.
afterwards, Andrew Freeman said, yeah, we talked about it. We had a good talk. He had a good talk with Dave afterwards.
Well,
I mean,
again, I'll use the analogy I used yesterday. I hope it's not making you uncomfortable, but your partner Juan doesn't want his real name used on the air.
Yes.
You don't think it's a big deal, but he does.
Correct.
So whenever you mistakenly say it, and for some reason this week you've done
this week
it
I've done it a
twice,
couple times, yeah.
you immediately dump it.
Yep.
And I always go, what are you doing? You're overreacting. And I finally realized it's not – you're actually being a good partner.
Yes.
You're not – you aren't bent out of shape over it.
Nope.
But it's important to him. So here's my analogy. If it's important to Otani that no one talk about the meetings, I know that all of us sit here and go, well, what's the big deal? And Dave Roberts is even saying to himself, oh, I don't lie. What's the big deal? If it's a big deal to Otani, then it's something. I just don't know if it's a big deal to Otani. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny is
Why would that be a big deal if you're Otani?
He wants a top. It's
Why?
like a black bag CIA op.
But why? Is it going to cost him
It's
money?
the way he is about everything.
Yeah, he's
Well,
really
and,
private.
And
doesn't want to
DeMarco, to
offend?
use
No.
the analogy with Mace's partner, he just doesn't want his real name out there.
Otani, recently it came out that he has a dog. And he was just
so he's super secretive.
Right. He will not reveal the name of his
so,
dog.
So they did when he accepted the MVP award, American League MVP. He had a dog with him, and so immediately all the reporters are like, "What's his dog's name? What's his dog's name?"
This guy's a total mystery.
His
Okay.
team, or Otani's team, released this statement: "We are not prepared to release the name of the dog right now."
I mean,
And, hey,
come
Mace,
on,
I got to be honest.
dog.
Honestly, like isn't it like a little annoying?
It is annoying.
Well, you know,
know?
Cap, those are the stories that are coming now. If you look on the web today, like somebody at ESPN wrote one, somebody at Yahoo wrote one, like, what's this guy's problem? He's ruining a chance to promote the game. He's the biggest free agent in the last 20 years. But, Mace, I wonder if some of it is cultural.
Yeah.
I'm friends with some Japanese people, and they just do not like being bombastic. They do not like
Most of them. Because I know some bombastic Japanese dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just like to be, for lack of a better term, polite. And they
there
don't
you
wanna
did it in one syllable. Polite. P-L-I-T-E.
Polite.
Oh, really? Is that how you spell it?
Do you think, Mace, do
Not
you
with
think
a
that
GH?
may have something to do with this? Do you think it's cultural?
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, though. Really?
It's
Well,
annoying.
of course,
How
if he
did- wait,
signs
how-
with the Dodgers, then none of this meant anything.
How did Dave sink the ship? Just because he was asked a question and he
Said they had a
answered?
meeting at Dodger Stadium for 2 to 3
Was
hours.
he asked or he just offered?
He was
that?
asked.
He was asked, and he said, "I don't want to not be honest."
You know,
But he went into pretty decent detail
I heard
about
a
it
great
too.
thing. He said-
it was beyond just confirming it.
Yeah, never
Yeah, that's
lie.
right.
Tell the truth when you can. That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
But why not? I just don't have anything to say about that
You
at
know
this
what,
time.
man? Come on.
Okay, he screwed up.
So
Yeah.
wait, but so that there's this.
That's going to drop the Dodgers from Otani?
Well, that's what the threat was. The threat from Otani's camp was that if anybody releases anything, you're automatically eliminated. In the meantime, Otani apparently grew up wanting to be a Dodger.
Wow.
And so, as a little kid, he wrote something where he talked about world Dodger domination.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you mean to tell me that you wanted to have world Dodger domination when you were a little kid, but now the half Japanese manager opened his mouth and said that you guys had a meeting, and all of a sudden they're eliminated?
You're
really?
Drop the Dodgers because of that?
We don't know. We don't know if that's the case.
Right.
It's just
That's my
being
point.
That's the
speculated.
fear, though.
Yeah, that's my point.
Dang.
Well, but the immediate blame, immediately Dodger fans are like, Dave Roberts screwed this whole thing up, man.
Yeah, it's a little bit like when Mason blames the hot actress girlfriend who's dating an athlete, and Matt Kemp goes into a slump, so it's Rihanna's fault.
Yes, it was Rihanna's. It's Rihanna.
I
by the
believe
way.
that.
Oh, it's Rihanna? It's not Rihanna?
It's not Rihanna.
Are you
it's
sure
Rihanna.
about that?
100%.
It's what?
It's not Riri?
It's Rihanna. Well, you
Rihanna-
could call her Riri, but it's Rihanna.
I don't know about that.
100%.
Rihanna.
Really?
Somebody who's with me?
I thought it was
DeAndre, you
Rihanna.
with me? Yeah. he just
DeAndre,
nodded.
Rihanna?
Jay-Z says Rihanna.
No, it's Rihanna.
It's Rihanna.
It's Rihanna.
Is Rihanna?
Oh,
it's Rihanna.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she
I've
likes
always heard
Rihanna.
Anna. I've always heard
It
Rihanna.
doesn't matter. I don't care. She's I love
Andy,
her
how much
music.
of how much of a big deal was the blown call by the refs at the end of the game?
I mean,
with all the Locked On Lakers folks.
It was, well, I mean, they were excited by it. They weren't complaining.
You saw the 2-minute report,
look,
right, John?
Well, that was a CYA, don't
That
you think?
was
That's exactly what I
totally
said.
CYA.
Look,
Oh, I didn't see that. What are you guys talking about? What's the 2-minute
Said
report?
somehow Austin had the ball pinned against his leg when LeBron
At the exact
called
moment
the
that
timeout.
LeBron called
and the timing
timeout.
was just
Oh, really?
perfect.
That is
really?
the definition of a reach.
Yes.
Look, the refs lost control of that possession, I think, from Jump Street. But these things happen over the course of a game. Like Devin Booker, for example, was on his 5th foul at that moment. In the first half of the game, he should have been called for a loose ball foul that I was worried injured D'Angelo Russell in the moment. So he managed to get away with that. I would also be willing to guess that in that moment of contact with him and Reeves, which some people think it was a foul, some people think it wasn't. The refs said upon review it wasn't. The refs were probably overly conscious not to call Booker there because it would have been his 6th foul. He would have been out of the game at this critical moment. So Booker may have gotten a little bit of leeway in
by
that
the way,
moment.
Mace, it's a little bit Nickel Roby-Coleman in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because
that was the worst call.
Waffle
in the world.
House.
Yeah, you
Worst
were,
call.
DeMarco, you were
John,
there. I mean,
15 yards. 15. I was standing right behind the back judge. I was
Okay.
right behind
I
the
never
goalpost.
saw it.
And
DeMarco,
I'm
I
like, you're not
agree
going
with
to call
you.
that?
I never saw it.
DeMarco, I agree with you. It's one of the worst calls in NFL playoff history. But even if they make that call, New Orleans still has to score a touchdown. There's still things to be done. Even if they would have made that call last night, Phoenix would have probably had to make some free. They may have laid it up.
No, but they
and tied
missed
it
their
in.
opportunity. From the Suns' standpoint, you
Just
miss
like
out on
the
the
Saints.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Obviously, I smacked his ass. Feel me? Put that boy on a motherfucking Waffle House frying pan.
The greatest use of Instagram ever.
Really? Who's that?
That was Nickel
That's
Roby
Nickel
Coleman.
Roby-Coleman.
Oh, really?
Dude.
After
damn.
he laid out Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee something.
Tommy Lee,
Slot God.
the guy who was married to Pamela.
No.
No.
Another guy. Yeah.
Another
that
guy.
guy's had a
Tommy
good
Lee
life.
Rivers or something.
Did you
like that.
guys play today, since we were talking about that whole Otani thing? Did you guys play Christopher Russo this morning?
I got just a taste of Christopher
Oh, dude,
Russo.
we're gonna get into it here later this afternoon.
Has
But
he had it with Otani?
oh, dude, he went off on Otani, and when I heard it, I went, "Oh my God!" He like brought up atom bombs and World War II.
Yes, he did.
And I was like, bro, like
It was a little much.
like, whoa, like he's a big star, Russo, and he makes a lot of money.
Yes.
And he's got a lot of clout in the industry, and he's Mr. Off the Handle New York guy. But I was like, bro, I think if I said that, everybody here would have been like, whoa. I mean, the other day, I said, and tell me if I'm wrong here, I said that Darvin Ham looks like Debo from the movie Friday. R.I.P. that guy. Mm-hmm. Okay? What do you...
Tiny
and
Lister.
They don't look a thing alike.
They
No,
look,
there's
they
no
look
resemblance.
so much alike.
even
Their
close.
eyes are
None.
just so... And the
I don't know
bald
who
head...
that is, so
okay.
I can't-
And people started to put up side-by-sides on Twitter. And everyone's like, oh, like I said something bad. It's just a resemblance. Who cares? But when you say atom bomb, atomic bomb, World War II.
It was.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. That's
I think
horrible.
I'm giving
That's mad,
Russo
though.
the benefit of the doubt. I think he was trying to say, like, how big a deal. It's not like war. It's not like some type of catastrophic thing. However, he didn't think through the implications of atomic bomb, war,
You
Japan.
didn't think he thought that out?
I would
It's
like
pretty
to,
good.
I would
Yeah.
like to think he didn't
It got
because
people talking. Yeah.
well, I'd like to think he didn't because otherwise he really crossed a line.
Uh-oh.
Being honest.
Dave Roberts.
What? Got fired? No.
Tune in tonight at 6 p.m. on Sportsnet LA for more from Doc and the Winter Meeting.
Somebody put a muzzle on that.
No
dude.
way, man. Hey, Dave, you've earned it. Do what you got to do.
Oh,
Talk.
Dave.
You have earned it.
I'm picturing him looking like a hostage
Cancel
video.
that appearance.
Just afraid to.
Lon Rosen, get involved.
God, I
Cancel
want to
that
see this tonight.
Yeah.
Now
Sounds
I want
great.
to watch.
I'm gonna watch it
Absolutely.
here while we're still on the air. I'm going to turn it on.
Absolutely
John,
nothing interesting happened at all.
John, you've never seen Friday?
I've seen like parts of it, but I don't know the character you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Debo, he's the guy that
Debo,
knocks
the
the
big
fool
dude,
out.
the big bully.
Look it up.
Tiny
Look it up.
Lister.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Zeus.
All right,
Yes.
so we're Ireland. So you're in for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I mean, has this worked?
Yeah,
Is
it works
okay.
perfect.
Mace,
Yeah,
great sweater today.
Thank you.
Can't
I'm
even see
in for
it.
the whole
Let me see.
show. Are you
Cardi
wearing-
Mace.
Are you wearing
Nice.
the old man sweater though? I guess last week you wore a sweater that
No, it's not
made
old
you
man.
look
Yeah,
old.
It's not
no,
old
I
man.
think it's
Dude,
nice.
this is out of the.
That's
Shannon
entirely
Sharp.
That's age appropriate.
That is a
I love
nice
it.
cardigan
That's good
right
stuff.
there.
That's out of the Shannon
That's good
Sharp
stuff.
collection.
Beautiful.
Shannon
my
Sharp
sweaters.
should have his own collection of cardigan sweaters.
I'd be
think
the
he
first
does.
in line. All right, so tomorrow, 1 o'clock, me and Ireland.
Combo plate, right?
Combo plate,
What's
yeah.
the deal tomorrow? What time is it tomorrow?
Oh, God, you and your schedule.
Cappy,
Come on.
you
We're
need
1 to 3,
you
you're
need
3
to
to
be ready
4:30.
You need to be ready to rock at 3 tomorrow.
What is
Cap.
what time tomorrow?
3.
What time, Morales? Help me. Tell me, Morales.
You got to shoot people.
What time?
What is this?
Schedule thing.
Nobody
is just
knows.
out of
Bergman
control.
doesn't know.
We all
Lindsay doesn't know.
Who
We
brought
all
the
know.
Nerf gun?
What time
Don't you
tomorrow?
dare.
Jason and I know you're on at 3.
Shot me.
You're
You're
3
on.
to 4:30. I know.
Yes, 3 to 4:30.
Oh, I
And
am?
at 4:30, it's Lakers pre from Vegas.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So it's
Big
you.
night tomorrow night, Cap. You got to come to play tomorrow.
And by the way, tomorrow may be the day that Otani signs. Could be a gigantic day.
Ooh.
You've got the plan for the NBA Cup in Vegas and Otani signing on the same day. Ooh, can you imagine?
Is that what it's called? The NBA Cup? Is that what they're playing for?
Right? Isn't that
Yeah.
what they're calling it? The NBA Cup.
Really?
Yeah,
Like the
you got
Stanley
it.
Cup?
Yeah.
They should call it the LeBron
Is it a
Cup.
rotating
Sport.
trophy or is it one that you get?
No, you get it, and then they give you the next year. Somebody else will get another
So
one.
it's not like the Stanley Cup.
Point of
yeah.
information: should the Lakers win, just want to make sure if the Lakers win, is there a parade?
No, not.
Oh,
for
you
the
sure?
NBA Cup.
You sure about that?
Yeah, we're sure.
You're positive?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we're not
You
the
can do your
Clippers.
own.
I mean, what are you
You can start your own parade.
Yeah, no, we're not having a parade.
Not the Clippers, huh?
No. We're having the parade for the real
They
thing.
will hang a banner though.
who will?
The Lakers, if they win this thing,
I think
Now
they
we
will-
were talking about that the other day. I don't think the Lakers
guarantee
would
they
I
will.
think they will be.
instinctually,
I think
but
they
the
will.
league might force them.
Yeah,
to.
I think they'll be required to hang
Yeah,
it.
if you have a banner made available and you don't hang it, you are undercutting the significance of this thing.
Wow.
And a team
But-
like the
You don't wanna do
Lakers,
that.
it's most important that a team like the Lakers, with their history, hangs a banner.
But Andy, the Lakers don't hang division or conference championship banners.
John?
and most other teams do.
John, I'm telling you right now, if there is a banner, Adam Silver will hang that thing himself if he has to. That banner's going up there because otherwise you are undercutting the significance of this tournament.
Kind of true.
Okay.
Period.
Well,
Yeah.
let's hope we get to find out.
Yes.
No doubt.
Yes. All right, Ireland, I'll see you tomorrow. Coming up next for you, we've got Cappy and DeMarco this afternoon. If Shohei Otani speaks, unlikely, they'll have it for you, and you're going to monitor the Dave Roberts live interview.
Darn right I am.
On Sportsnet LA, see if he screws it up anymore. All right, see you tomorrow, 7:10 ESPN.